I'm okay. I just smoked another to the face, yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you hip in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come on with a dank, scrolling that tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome back to WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy. That's at SpeakEasySports _ That's my guy Spin More Rex.
What up, though?
At Spin More Rex. SPNMORAX. Young Chris. That's at I Touch. No, I'm kidding. JB up next. JB Smooth on the 1 to 2.
That's an NDA right there. You can't violate that.
Hey, yo.
Wow.
I don't even know where to go from that one. Hey, if you guys haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button. It's very, 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 very much appreciated. 5-star review on all podcast platforms. UFC 288 went down this weekend. Mm-hmm. Henry Cejudo took an L.
Yeah.
You need to witness it.
Nope. Not gonna cap. Didn't watch a minute of it.
Who do you think was gonna win? I forgot who you got.
I thought Cejudo was gonna win.
Me too.
Yeah.
It was really, really close.
Yeah.
JB, you watched this weekend, right?
I caught a little bit of it, but I was still upset because I did put some money down on it, and Henry Cejudo did not come out on top, man. So
Would you do a parlay or just like Cejudo money
I did a
line?
parlay, so it kind of hurt me in the overall because I put what's her name, Jessica
Andrade.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, she got
I had her
clean.
on there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I see that.
Mopped.
I would have stopped you from that one if I known.
I know.
Only because like the women's, man, it's just so back and forth. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And like her, yeah, like she gets like the by the way, why was you getting Conor Bedard tonight? You get the hardest line, no pun intended, hard for Bedard. It's happening, bro. It's happening.
I hope so.
You got the penny to prove it. But you already know this show, things happen, right? We say things, we speak them into existence more than any other show on the network. Hard for Bedard, all right? It's happening. It's happening.
I hope so.
Anyway.
That'd be really fucking nice.
It's happening, bro. Listen, NHL's back on ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to build the brand back up. You know, what are the biggest brands in hockey? The original 6, Detroit Red Wings.
Nice.
Right?
Nice. Yeah.
You know, you got the Avalanche that are hot right now. Why not revive that rivalry up a little bit?
Mm-hmm. Hey, man.
Hard for Bedard.
I'm there for it. I'm here for it. But
Hard for Bedard.
they're gonna pick at 11.
Come on, what are you doing? That's not how this works. I just said the things we say on the show come to life, and then you just fucking you know.
Come on,
they're gonna get one, but it's gonna be 2 of them. 11.
I'm just saying.
No, say it out loud.
That's what's gonna happen.
Detroit Red Wings.
I did already.
With no one over. No, you gotta say it again. This show. This is the show where things come true, baby.
God,
come
okay,
on.
it's happening. Everybody say
Unless
God.
I say it, of course.
Yeah, unless you say it. Well, no.
You said it.
You
It
did
came
say it, and it
true.
came true.
Yeah.
So one more time, come on. Look at the camera. Give us some passion. Speak it into existence. Come on. Speak to the universe right now.
I don't know. The Red Wings are getting Conor Bedard. They're getting the number 1 pick.
Say it with your chest.
The Red Wings are getting the number 1 pick, brother.
Say it with your chest.
Baby. Hard for Bedard. It's happening tonight, 8 p.m. You locked in here with us until then. At least I hope. Again, hit the like button. But back to UFC because we got a whole NHL topic going up down towards the end. So all you football freaks, calm down a little bit. But yeah, Cejudo took the L. It was a really, really close fight. It was a really good fight.
I heard it was really good. Like I said, I had other things.
Yeah.
Other things.
You were doing your own wrestling match.
I was dealing with at the time. Yeah.
Connor or whatever his
wrestling
name is.
match.
I'm playing.
Yeah. Connor came
Gregory.
through. Came through with a 5th Paron.
Yeah.
It was a good night.
Big Red.
No, it's just, I didn't get a chance.
You did, which I respect you for, because I put some fat money on Bilal Muhammad, which he's just boring. He just has that boring style. It's a win. Didn't end up that. I mean, he won, but it wasn't that fashion. There was stuff about his ankle we thought was going on.
Yep.
But there was. It was confirmed that there was an issue going on. But he fought through it. And then Gilbert, I don't know if he was hurt going in or got hurt during. He just wasn't able to throw
Said
nothing.
he was one arm. Yeah.
Yeah, literally one arm. Because after watching it, like witnessing it, like the fact that Gilbert survived the 5 rounds with one arm.
That's impressive.
Yeah, confirms.
Gilbert's a warrior, dude.
For sure. Confirms that
both
if he had, all of those guys are honestly. Kron Gracie was shameful. That was really embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's like.
He got whooped up.
Oh yeah, but if Gilbert was healthy, he would definitely win that fight.
Yeah.
there were even moments where like he had takedowns, he just couldn't pursue. He couldn't.
Yeah, Gilbert
his
just
shoulders fucked up.
sacrificed for the league. He sacrificed for the show. He gave Dana a bag, and
Yeah.
Dana's a scumbag.
It is what it is, my boy. Yeah. Scumbags all around this place. There is a picture, though, from that night between Cejudo and Sean O'Malley, because that's the next fight. Sean O'Malley's official title contender for the next one up. And just peep this out real quick. All right? Intro his face.
Why did he get in there like that? He got in the ring?
It was Dana's idea, but at the end of it, obviously, it wasn't a good idea because things got kind of ugly. Because if you peep Merab in the red jacket, Thriller jacket, by the way. I'm starting to feel old because nobody made that reference, but Michael Jackson Thriller jacket. That's why Sean was shirtless.
He doesn't have enough zippers.
Because that's what he had on. Yeah, you're right.
Michael Jackson jacket with all them zippers.
Yeah, because he walked into the octagon with that jacket on, zipped it off, just kind of just threw it, and then like got in his face.
Yeah, Merab just picked it up to troll him. So then, like on his way out, after Dana was like, "Okay, this wasn't a good idea. I should probably just let Aljo like bask in like this moment for a minute." He just beat like one of the best like. I would say what you want about Henry Cejudo. Yeah, he's one of the best all time, especially within that weight class. To 125 to 135, and then obviously Sean was like, "Yo, give me my fucking jacket, son," and shit was like it was getting kind of sketchy in there. It's funny too because like Sean went from like trying to get from Merab and the security's backing him up, and then so he goes the other way, and then O'Malley's right there, like or not O'Malley, I'm sorry, Aljo's right there, and then Henry's in the cage too. So it was like I was like, what the fuck? Like I was excited.
4-way fight.
Oh yeah, I'm here for it.
Dude, they should start doing that 2-on-2.
In Russia, they do.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That shit would be awesome.
It would be pretty awesome. Speaking of getting physical, you and Gregory, I'm playing. Big Red.
Big Red.
Happy birthday, my guy Marv. But speaking of getting physical, Michigan State alum.
Yeah. Big
Red. I'm playing Matt Ishbia. Last night against the Suns.
Yeah.
What'd you make of that one? I wish we could play video, man.
Dude.
Yeah. I'll get a picture. JB, can you send him a picture in Slack? Good.
What? I mean, Jokic is a scum, but no. Ishbia sold it. He was selling it for his team, man. I feel him. If you get Jokic gets a suspension out of that,
all day,
bro. Come on now.
All day, Matt's so smart too. Like he
flopped.
He flopped.
I mean, he used to play basketball, so he knows what he's doing.
Which, by the way, Jokic is the total asshole in that situation, right? Like,
oh yeah.
Do you think he knew that was like Matt Ishbia, the owner of the Phoenix Suns?
I mean,
he's just full-time asshole.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I'm sure he knew who he was, but also he would have done that to anybody that was standing there.
Yeah.
Because
you can't do that.
He's a bear. No, you can't do that.
Imagine if like, Ishbia really sold it, flew out a share and everything.
That's what I'm saying. If I was Ishbia, or if that wasn't a billionaire, they're getting MVP money.
Yeah.
Like, I'm following $1 Million Baby on the chair. Like,
yeah.
My neck.
My hip.
My hip. Oh.
My neck. My back. My neck in my back.
And like,
I'm hurt. Oh, my neck.
People say he flopped and stuff, and like, yeah it was a flop.
For sure.
But like, also, you've never been pushed by a professional athlete before.
Yeah.
Like when Braylon pushes me, like,
yeah, I know
that shit'll send you back.
Shit's crazy.
Yeah, like he'll just be like, "Oh, stop!" Whoa, shit.
Dude, we did a little like chest bump one time in the hallway. I like knocked the wind out of me. I was like, God damn! I'm looking, I landed on my feet coming down from
now,
that.
Pause, but add another 6 inches to that. Like Jokic is way bigger.
What are you doing right now? What is wrong with you? Why? And what 6 inches for what reason?
From
Jokic is 7 feet tall.
Yeah, but why are we adding that in? Why does that guy do?
I'm saying it's a bigger person. So like you're saying how Braylon, you know how Braylon's strong. Like just add a bigger frame to that.
No one thinks tall people are just strong because Chris. Get over yourself.
I'm an elitist. What can I say?
Get over yourself. No, but yeah, Ishbia fucking smart as hell to sell it, and then he's also playing saving face because he's like, no, I don't think they should suspend him. Ishbia, I love Ish.
It's official though from ESPN. No suspensions for the Joker for Game 5.
Damn.
Soft.
Damn. Are you rooting for the Suns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like KD.
Yeah. I like KD. I like Ish. And KD is more like I never like cared to like him, but is that?
I just don't like Chris Paul. Bless you. Because he's a scumbag too. Bless you.
Yeah.
Did he call Rondo a turtle?
I think so.
Yeah, right.
I forgot
he called
about
Rondo
that.
a turtle, and Rondo spit on him.
Yeah. What a response to being called a turtle. That's such an elementary insult.
Yeah. He does kind of look like a turtle.
I mean, I was gonna say you must have been hearing that since elementary. They're fucking.
That's why I triggered him.
You talked to Mrs. Appleby. No, yeah, that was
MPWMU. Chris, this is right up your alley. He says it's rumored Joker has a massive dripping hog. Can you confirm or deny these
Can you confirm that one, Chris?
Hold on, man. I got the video here.
Whoa!
You guys are making jokes.
You got the video?
No, look, the live video of what Jokic did.
As Phoenix turns it over.
Look at this guy. Ishbia's
And boy, Jokic.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
A little bit of contact.
Ishbia's trying to watch the game in his Michigan State shirt. What an asshole.
Yeah, that is pretty
Uncalled for.
He sold that well.
Uncalled
That
for.
is assault, brother.
Yeah, that is assault.
That
brother.
is assault.
Yeah.
Suspended.
You can't just assault someone.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't care if you and your wife hit each other at home, but you can't just go punch the dude.
What's that from?
Fear Factor, when
Rogan?
the Rogan saying that, and Miz is on there. He's like, I had to get him away because Joe's gonna kill this guy.
Yeah, I think Joe actually didn't fucking like through a knee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they probably cut it out. Who you got in that series after last night?
I don't know.
Jokic, what, 53, 54?
52 or 53.
Yeah, 53 and a loss.
Yeah.
Chris, you're the Nuggets guy in the room.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not worried at all. I'm not worried at all. I did expect them to win that game. I did expect Denver to be up 3-1. But it's going to be the same thing. I mean, you saw it in, I believe it was Game 3, where there was nobody with double-digit points outside of KD and Book. It's a two-man show. Denver's got home court. They're a very good home court team. On top of that, you know, this is a jump shooting team. As this series goes longer, they're going to lose their legs. Like KD and Book are going to lose their legs. And so I just think there's very little wiggle room for error with the Suns, and that's why the Nuggets are going to win this series.
Yeah. And XO Screens in the Woodward Sports chat says Jaden Ivey deserves all rookie first team.
Yeah, we can talk about that too.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
We're definitely going to talk about
I mean, if you want to do that one next?
I agree
Just get
with
out the
him.
way.
Yeah.
All right, when we come back.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
Outside of that, maybe I'll say this for the end of the show.
I'm proud of you.
For the next thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really happy. I'm excited to hear this.
It happened on accident.
Yeah, I know.
I think
I don't know how it hasn't happened before this. Like, they're all over the place. They're always on TV.
I lost my virginity, guys.
Yeah.
And I'm super proud
With
of it.
me.
I'm Big Red. I'm Old Gray.
Whole great.
No.
I'm the pappy.
I'm the pappy. But your boy participated in his first Star Wars movie this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried before. That time actually did end up in sex, though. That's why that didn't happen. But this weekend, I was looking for a game.
She heard Chewie go.
She got. It turned her on.
It sounded like a vibrator.
Yeah, this is back when I. It's back when I had hair.
Yeah. It's like, oh, that reminds me of bottom drawer.
I got nothing at that one. No, I watched it. It was completely on accident. TNT, I believe it was just showing it. A New Hope, and bro, this is how you know it was good. By the way, good. It was good.
Yes.
I just started watching.
Just good?
Really good, especially for like
Just really good?
bro, for being no. Oh, it was the greatest movie of my life.
There we go.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Hard for Bedard. Anyway, 1977, this shit was made. Mm-hmm. Way ahead of its time. Way ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Like there was the corny 70s shit in there where they're just like, there's like lasers and just like just missing them. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
he's like the part where
No, Stormtroopers.
suck at shooting.
Yes, that
They're
is
fucking awful.
That is a constant theme.
Is it
Because the helmets.
Yeah, it was fogging up the helmets or
Yeah.
some shit. I
Yeah.
just can't see. Yeah, because like when Jabba left or whatever, and they're getting on, what's it called, the Millennium Falcon, and I'm like, dude, Han Solo's just chilling there, like with no wide fucking open,
Yeah.
and there's like 15 of them. Yeah, he's like hitting them. They're just fucking.
Oh, dude, that's because Han's the GOAT.
Han is the goal, and bro, he had no respect for Luke. He's
Yeah.
trying to fucking mack out his girl.
Yeah.
I just started Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, bro.
Wait till
He's
you hear the
macking on
plot
his.
twist.
Shut up, Chris.
Oh,
Dude, why would you.
why you ruin everything?
Yeah.
I said plot twist.
You
I
ruined
know,
everything.
But still, now he's going to expect something to happen. It's
Yeah,
just
I'd rather not have.
worst kind of people.
You're a piece of shit.
I'm excited for
know
you,
that?
though. I'm excited for you to dive. And you could skip the last three, like the Disney trilogy.
I need the
with
order.
Ray.
Because I went to one Sawyer said was like.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, but what's after this one?
Empire Strikes Back. It goes to New Hope. Empire Strikes Back.
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then Phantom Menace.
Didn't mean to spoil that one. Sorry, Spencer.
For
Attack of the Clones. Revenge of the Sith.
we'll go over. I need that in text.
All right.
I need that in writing.
I got you.
Like that.
Rogue One's really good too.
Okay.
You can watch Rogue One, but the new trilogy
Ass.
with Disney, trash.
Yeah.
Complete trash.
Okay, if that should have been made in 1970. That's part was like kind of blowing my mind.
Oh, yeah,
That shit was
dude.
like way ahead of its time. By the way, that's definitely being remade.
And then after you watch all of them, you can go watch the Family Guy Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's just
Why? You know, I remember watching. I know we're way over break here, but there's like a parody version with like comedians from like the 80s, whatever.
Yeah, Spaceballs.
Yeah, Spaceballs. Yeah.
Darth Helmet.
Yes, now I see the helmets. The guy with the big ass helmets. So I can picture because like it is pretty fucking.
Yeah, Spaceballs is good. The Family Guy Star Wars is really fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those.
Oh yeah.
I still need to answer for the 1977 one where Jabba was like a guy.
Yeah.
A fat guy.
That's pre anything good CGI wise.
Yeah. We'll get into it.
Nanu nanu nipo pinchi.
Is that how he says it?
It's how Jabba talks.
Yeah.
Nanu nanu obadabazava.
Nabu Debu.
Solo.
Adulta.
Uptime.
Matters. Got the big project coming up. Make sure you contact Alta Equipment to get it done. Contact them at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Alta Equipment where?
Uptime.
Matters. What would heavyweights? We'll be right back.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Big Boy Strawberry Fest has officially arrived, and we're here to show you the very best flavors of the season. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our deep-fried vanilla Oreos, strawberry hot fudge cake, and a slice of our classic strawberry pie. But that's not all. Cool off on a refreshing summer splash salad, or savor the flavors of our chicken Caesar wrap and strawberry bacon chicken wrap. And for breakfast lovers, don't miss out on our strawberry hotcakes or our mouth-watering red velvet waffle. Strawberry Fest is something for everyone. Celebrate the sweet season with us at Big Boy.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
What up, and welcome back to Woodwardsports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spinmo Rex.
What up, though?
You guys can follow us on Instagram and Twitter. That's at SpeakeasySports_. That's SPENMORAX. Instagram and Twitter. We got young Chris. Who cares about his? JB up
At
next.
Real Chris Platty.
Yeah, Real Chris Platty. There you go.
You know how to spell real, you can follow.
You always stick your neck into things.
Oh, that's a good one. Where'd you hear that? Where'd you get that one?
Shout out Evan. Shout out JB in the TD booth. We got tons of football to talk. We even got an interview from Dan Campbell, specifically speaking on Hendon Hooker at the quarterback position. But before we get into that one, we got to give this one its due credit because my boy Speedy's fresh right now. All right, he's the king of rants and rambles.
Am I?
You're up there.
All right.
If we were to power rank these things, JB, who at the network, who is like give me your top three like rants and ramblers, like when shit's like when they're pissed off and they're just going in.
I don't know. It's kind of a toss up between you two at one.
Oh, I like that.
Hell yeah.
I think Neil has to be two.
Yeah, Neil's up there.
When Neil's mad, he goes in.
Yeah.
And it's probably got to be Flannel because he does like go in and like go after people too.
about
No
Adam?
honorary Adam.
I mean, Adam, yeah.
It's one of those things
Adam's
he's
just
doing all the
always
time.
mad.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
doing all the
so,
time.
yeah,
Loses
you
quality a
never
little
know.
bit. Yeah, that's
so I
true.
gotta go with Flannel at 3 because, like you said, Adam's just always mad. You can't tell if like he's going on a rant or this is just him
That's fair.
doing him.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, probably. If I'm power ranking him, is there a funny comment over sports chat?
Yeah, Dabber said the flaccid lightsaber in the Family Guy one. Yeah, when he's fighting with the lightsaber. It's like, and Chris walks in and goes, he's like,
Oh, the old
you
guy?
came just in time.
Chris, power rank your Woodward Sports ranters.
The name I throw, I don't know if rant is the right, but stream of conscious, D-Mac is number one for sure.
What's that? Stream of conscious?
Like
Break that
stream
one
of
down.
conscious is like, it's kind of like you're ranty, but you're just going off into different things. Like a rant, a rant is, you know,
Yo,
it's
that feels like a
kinda
random
focused.
shot at my guy D-Mac. You better relax in there.
No, it's not a shot. It's not a shot. I actually think it's really dope when people can do that. Because D-Mac will start a conversation, say something, go off to another thing, and then bring it all the way back, and it all makes sense.
Yeah. Shout out D-Mac.
Shout out D-Mac.
Yeah, I probably go, you know what, I'll be fair. You know, we got our little frenemy beef. Mm-hmm. I probably go Neil 1 because when he does go, it goes hard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Even if he's incorrect at times. You're probably 2.
Yeah.
And then Adam. I almost want to put me in there, but it feels like weird. But when I do go, I feel like I go pretty fucking hard. Like the Bills
for sure.
game was like, I was pretty fiery for that one. That's probably it, so maybe just keep me out. Mm-hmm. But yeah, anyway. You're fresh.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, can we see the NBA All-Rookie Team first team real quick?
Yeah, we'll
if you don't mind. I'm wondering where Ivy and Duran landed on that thing.
Okay.
Very curious on this. Yeah. Oh, they're not.
It is
They're not
4
there.
forwards and a center.
Huh.
Who is the point guard in this lineup?
Who's the guard in that lineup?
Yeah, who's either of the guards?
I mean, it's J. Will.
It's J. Will and Paolo, but they're both power forwards.
Well, I mean, Williams. I mean, he's a point forward, right?
Yeah.
So like that, I'm cool with.
So is Paolo.
I mean,
too.
honestly, like 1 through 5, you can make a lineup of that one. I'm not crying about it. But Ivy left off. Duran left off.
Duran, I can understand.
Okay.
Duran, I can understand. Jaden Ivey should have been first team All NBA rookie. It's pretty crazy that he didn't, and it's pretty crazy that this is just another year of the disrespect towards Detroit rookies. This is just another year of the NBA voters not knowing what they're talking about when it comes to voting for a rookie. And it's kind of embarrassing at this point. Like, you're going to tell me you're going to watch Jaden Ivey, see what he's been doing all year, see how much he's grown throughout the season, how big of a role he's had to take on with the absence of Cade Cunningham, and tell me he wasn't first team all rookie. You're going to tell me you take all those guys in that first team over Jaden Ivey. You're fucking stupid. It's just not true. It's not true. He put on a great performance, did a lot more than he was originally asked to do with the absences and the injuries, was the best player on the team for a majority of the season, and you're going to tell me that's not first team all rookie. I don't know what these guys are voting for. I don't know what they're voting on. I don't know if it's wins, if it's success of the season, if it's success of the team. Because, yeah, Orlando had a better season. Paulo, definitely first team all rookie. That's not questionable. Walker Kessler, yeah, he should have been the big man, the center of first team all rookie. I'll take that. J. Will is like, he had a very good last month of the year. He was good in the beginning. He was all right. In the very beginning, he was all right. He's getting minutes. He's doing fine. He got better, and then he got hot in the last year. And obviously, OKC had a great season. But Jaden Ivey was very, very good from the beginning of the season for the totality of the NBA season. And you're going to tell me that he didn't deserve that nod over him or Benedict Mathurin, who's the opposite of J. Will, started off hot and then tapered off hard as the season went along. This guy, Jaden Ivey, consistently was good and just got better as the season went on. It's not like he started off slow like J. Will and just tore it up in the last month. It's not like he started out hot like Benedict Mathurin and then fell off towards the end of the season. He was consistently good all year and was playing his best ball at the end of the season in a situation where he was asked to do more than originally thought of. It's not only sucks that there isn't a guard on that first team All-NBA roster, but the one deserving of it got left off for why? Because his team didn't perform? Because the Pistons were a bad team? That's not what this is. All NBA rookie team, rookie of the year, all of that shit, that's not a team goal. That is not a wins-driven stat. That is individual player performance. Who are the 5 best rookies in the league this year? If you're telling me Jaden Ivey is one of the 5 best rookies in the league this year, you are stupid. It's not true. So take out the team success for individual-based awards. It's who had the best year, who performed the best, who turned heads the most. And Jaden Ivey is one of the 5 best rookies in the NBA this year, flat.
Chris?
Yeah, I mean, Spencer, I had that rant too about the team success mattering in the rookie of the year, and that's a stupid thing. But just to provide some numbers, Jaden Ivey is 3rd in points per game. Second is Benedict Mathurin by 0.4 more points per game. But Jaden Ivey averages 4 more assists per game and shoots better percentage from 3. So I think people, again, they got so comfortable with giving Benedict Mathurin a spot because in November, yeah, it looked like he was competing with Paolo for Rookie of the Year. Mm-hmm. But the NBA season goes until April. So that's a lot of time to look past, and I feel like they looked at, like you said, Ivy got consistently better all throughout the season. There wasn't necessarily a hot and cold turn on and turn off like Jalen Williams and Benedict Mathurin. Ivy is easily one of the best 5 rookies this year, and you just can't make a case against it. Dude is top 3 in damn near every category when it comes to the rookies. So how are you going to put him for being on the worst team in the league when Benedict Mathurin is also on this team. And you know where Benedict Mathurin is and the Pacers fans are right now? Same thing the Pistons fans are tweeting. Can't wait to get Victor Wembanyama. You're in the same fucking place. So does it really matter? Does it really make a difference? It doesn't.
Damn. You guys went in. So who's the one name you're taking off?
I would take off Mathurin, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Williams, either one.
How about my guy that I usually, if I was being petty, I'd make a case for, but Murray. You think Murray's down there?
Yeah, I mean, he was the best power forward / he deserves to be there.
That's another one where it was like he was a good rotation player on a team that ended up being a number 3 seed. So like I'm not mad at that. What my difference is when Indiana won 14 more games than Detroit, but at the end of the day is still a mid-lottery team, not even a play-in team. So what does that difference really mean when we talk about jumps in the NBA? It's jumping from a no playoffs to a top seed. That means a lot. But jumping from the bottom of the league to still not in the play-in tournament, what is that? What does that even mean?
There's no difference.
There's no value in that.
It's either you make the playoffs or you don't make the playoffs.
Exactly. So why reward that?
Yeah.
Why factor that in? So that's why I'm not mad at Keegan Murray though. He was a good role player.
Yeah, I'm fine with Keegan Murray. But Mathurin should not be on there.
How many more games did the Pacers win over the Pistons?
I'll look that up right now.
I want to know how many of those people that voted for those awards watch Pacers and Pistons games. How many of those people that voted for those awards watch the Pacers on a daily basis? How many people that voted for those awards watch the Pistons on a daily basis? Not a lot. I can tell you that right now. Not a lot of them. So they get caught up in, Benedict Mathurin was, like Chris said, he was the November Heisman. He was the guy that was out there balling, Rookie of the Year. But he fell off hard. Very hard. Jaden Ivey was consistently great throughout his whole rookie season. But it doesn't get looked at like that. It's, he's on Detroit. They're the worst team in the league. He can't be on there. If he'd be first team All-NBA, they would have had more wins.
I think Tyler makes a kind of a good point for the case of Mathurin. I don't know if he's on that stance, but he was the effective scoring 6 man for the Pacers. And they didn't win 18 more games, but if it's individual reward, then it's obviously like you said,
if it's individual, and that's even more of a case for Jaden Ivey.
Yeah,
his usage was way higher, and he was more efficient.
Yeah, do you think it's obvious? So I feel like the basis now, after going through the experience with Kate Cunningham and now this, it's based off winning and narrative.
It's who's the sexy story.
Yeah,
these writers they get in love with the story. Oh, it's cute that the Kings were really good this year. Oh, it's cute that the Pacers looked like a playoff team for the first month and a half of the season, and they got a nice young core going forward. So we want to root for them. And that's what it is. It's just narrative based.
They don't watch these games. I have NBA League Pass. I've had it for 5 years. It's one of my best investments ever because I fucking love basketball. I'm gonna watch. I watched a lot of Kings games.
Especially you gamble.
I watched a lot of Pistons games, and obviously I watched a lot of Pistons games. I watched a lot of Pacers games, and I watched a lot of Kings games because those are the two guys that were like, all right, is it Ivy, is it Mathurin, is it Murray? Who are the Pistons gonna draft? So I wanted to see how they're doing, and Ivy stood out the most out of all of them by far.
This is why when we had that conversation in a different league, I think NBA, I'm holding to that standard now too, but in the narrative and winning going forward. But when I thought Aiden Hudson had a chance to win Rookie of the Year over Sauce, I was like, well, the narrative, and the Lions had that going for them, but different leagues. That was an NBA award that probably would have been Aiden's.
Yeah.
Even though Sauce is the first All-Pro in fucking 40 years at the cornerback position, but whatever. They'll get in shape, just like you guys can get in shape at Planet Fitness.
Yeah, it's because high school summer pass is back at Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is thrilled to allow high schoolers age 14 through 19 in the United States and Canada to work out for free all summer long from May 15th through August 31st. Plus, they're giving away $200,000 to high school students. Teens ages of 14 through 19 who register for the high school summer pass can help win a scholarship for their school and participate in a TikTok video contest for a chance to win academic scholarships. Visit the landing page for more information and legal disclosures, pfsummerpasscontest.com. Planet Fitness will award 5 $10,000 scholarships to 5 teens nationwide who will be selected via TikTok video submission contest. To enter, teens are asked to post a TikTok video tagging Planet Fitness using summer hashtags, hashtag contest, and hashtag HSSP23US. That describes their high school summer pass experience. The contest submission period runs until August 31st, so make sure you go hit up Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy SpinMoRax.
Hello.
That's at SpeakEasySports _. That's at SpinMoRax, SPNMORAX. Young Chris, a.k.a. the Real Piss Clatty.
Real Piss Cratty.
Real Piss Cratty. Real Chris Platty. Real Chris Plate, if you guys want to just, make sure you're spelling it correctly.
It's
there.
actually Platt.
2 T's.
Yeah, Platty. Young JB Smooth. That's
Put a
at
Y at the
JB
end.
next.
Arte.
Hit that like button, 5-star review on all podcast platforms. Platty. Time to talk a little bit Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I'm excited for it because this one, it falls in line with the villainness that Brad Holmes already set the standard as.
The villitude.
The villitude, and it's affecting. It's like the virus in Among Us. The ick. Icky Vicky. So sicky. Every time you get around me. So icky. You know the words.
Icky Vicky, so icky.
Quick moment for ADD moment. Those songs went hard.
Bangers. Oh, for
yeah.
sure. My shiny teeth that twinkle.
Yeah.
Just like the stars in space.
Shiny teeth that me.
Dude, those
Chip
are
Skylark
Chip
was a
Skylark.
slap.
Yeah.
He was Bieber before Bieber.
Oh, for sure.
All right. Let's be real about it.
Chip Skylark was the man.
Ooh, you know what? Don't let me forget to ask you about MGK's diss to fellow white rapper at the end of the show.
Oh, Jack Harlow.
God, dude.
Jack, man. Anyway.
I just don't care about Jack Harlow or MGK.
That's fair.
I don't care about white-on-white hip-hop crime. I just don't.
I really don't either. There is nothing you could say that I'd be less interested in than white-on-white hip-hop crime.
To be honest, nobody cares about the white-on-white crime because,
Nobody.
the news, you watch, it's always like the white-on-black or black-on-black,
Yeah.
No one's ever like, oh, that white guy shot a white guy.
Yeah.
No one cares. Doesn't sell.
Doesn't
sell.
Crimes.
Good try, MGK. But in the theme of villainy, going at Jackman also just jacking people. All right, both villains in that situation. They're both white. Everyone hates them. I'm kidding. Keenan Allen. Maybe join the Detroit Lions.
Your brother.
The skinny version of me.
Yeah.
Might be going to the Detroit Lions. Some villainy going on. I think there's some foreshadowing here. They were caught at the game. You want to throw this one up there, Chris? With Detroit Lions wide receivers, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and newly acquired OG Detroit Lion, Marvin Jones.
Ooh.
I'm just saying, dog. Is this a foreshadowing of events to come? Because Keenan Allen's been on the talks of being cut or traded. Have always been a head scratcher to me because when healthy last year, I think he fucking balled for them.
He's like a extendo Amon-Ra St. Brown that can't stay healthy.
Yes.
Like he gets you, he'll get you 10 catches every game.
Bro. Yeah.
If you have Keenan Allen in fantasy, you'll know because you'll be watching it and he'll have no catches. It'll be second quarter, and then there'll be a drive where he catches 6 balls in a row, and you're like, Jesus Christ, that was 20 points right there. And I don't know about trading for him, but if he gets cut, bring in Keenan Allen. Why not?
Yeah, that's where I'm at too.
Would you rather have Josh Reynolds out there or Keenan Allen? No offense, Josh Reynolds, but
yeah, Keenan Allen.
Keenan
all day.
Allen.
The whole thing with the Chargers too just makes I don't understand it at all. Maybe I have to look at the numbers a little bit more. I mean, you have a quarterback on a rookie deal who's also extremely talented in Justin Herbert, and you want to get rid of a pass catcher for him?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they drafted a wide receiver this year too in the first round, furthering that theory in my
of the
mind.
receiver they already have. Like Mike Williams and Quentin Johnston are like the same receiver.
Like the hope is that that Quentin Johnston is Keenan Allen or Mike Williams saying like you don't know. Chris, what you would say? You would say something?
I was going to ask, but I'm going to look this up. NFL cap space, because I believe the Lions still should be very high.
Yeah, I think they're top 3 still. I think they got like 19 million or something like that.
So they do have
26.
26?
26. I think it was north of 20.
And we almost did a segment today, like just based off like what veterans we expected to be cut that may possibly end up as Detroit Lions, but we can further that one, kick that can down the road because we have all offseason to discuss that. But this one,
it's a long offseason.
I mean, I'm just telling you, man, just based off the theme that Brad Holmes set in villainy, they're foreshadowing something here, man. I'm all for it, Keenan Allen coming to Detroit, especially with he's an excellent deep target, I feel like. I know he's not given a lot of credit for being like speedy or anything like that, but like a lot of his receptions are deep.
He's a great route runner. He's long. He's athletic. Pause. He gets open and he makes catches. He's got great hands. So the only thing is that can he stay healthy? Can he stay on the field? And so he's not a burner by any means. By any means of the word. He is not a burner. He's not going to explode down the field, but he gets open. He makes plays when he's open, and he has great hands. So I'm cool with it, man. I would be very cool with not trading, per se, depending on what they'd have to give up. I'd think about it, but I don't want to trade assets for an aging receiver. But if he gets cut, for sure.
I'm all for it, bro. Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't we? We just lost DJ Chark, and God bless Marvin Jones. I'm glad like they addressed the position after DJ Chark left, but like Keenan Allen's a better wide receiver than Marvin Jones.
Yeah.
And like let's be real about it. There's a world where all three of them can exist on the field at the same time. It's not like you have to sacrifice receptions or routes for Amon-Ra or anybody else. Keenan Allen.
Josh Reynolds would be the one.
Yeah,
losing out on plays and routes.
If anything, too, and maybe even Marvin Jones, because once Jameson comes back, but especially including that too. If Jameson's gone from this offense the first 6 weeks, if you want to win the division, I mean, I saw something on Twitter today too. I didn't watch the actual clip, but Dan Orlovsky called Justin Fields a possible MVP candidate. Like in a world where that exists, like do the Lions even win the division? Like you don't just win MVP for just being good. Your team's also really good this season too. So, like I don't think that's going to happen.
Patty Grimes said they'd rather have Spencer at wide receiver
than Keenan Allen. What are we doing?
I mean, I'm a dog. I'm not gonna lie. I got great hands, great footwork.
I'm electric.
I'm electric, bro. I'm electric. Put me out there, coach. I might be a couple of hits away from a wheelchair. Like I've had a lot of concussions, but I'll give them my all. Sign me on a 10-day contract.
King Horse with another name thrown there too, Frank Clark.
Frank Clark's out there.
I wouldn't be mad at some Frank Clark. I think Detroit Lions definitely use some of that. I mean, JB, where you at with this whole thing?
I don't mind Keenan Allen, but as Spencer said, it's just he has to stay healthy. I know he's racked up a bunch of injuries, and some of that is just wear and tear from football. But man, it kind of seems like he was just kind of falling apart there. He got ACL tear, shoulder pain, knee strain, ankle. I mean, everything under the sun this guy has had. But when he's healthy, as Spencer said, he's electric. Like
I'm electric.
And fantasy football, I actually had him one time as well too. As you said, that first half, nothing, 0. Second half, 23.6 points just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I don't even know, but
he'll go on a drive where he catches like 6 balls, and you're like, damn, okay, that's a game's worth of plays right there.
Bro, I'm almost like, I mean, we have like all season until this happens, or he's cut and or traded, but I still don't get by the Chargers in. I don't see it happening because I don't see the Chargers getting rid of him, but obviously it's a conversation continues to happen. They drafted a wide receiver, but all fucking day, give me Keenan Allen on this football team.
That's a good question, Patty Grimes.
What was the question?
Steve O'Baby said, "What will my touchdown celebration be?" Probably just get hype.
Yeah, that'd be it.
The TikTok dancer.
That's gotta be it.
No, I'd probably be like Tony Scheffler and do it based on the team I play.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, Tony Scheffler, he did like the Buccaneer when he scored versus Tampa Bay and different stuff like that.
I remember any other ones. That's the only one I remember.
That's the only one I remember.
JB, you're older than us. You got any Tony Scheffler stellies in mind?
No, I just remember the whole was it Randy Moss when he took his pants
Dude,
down
that's
at
a
the goal
good
line.
one. That's a good one. When he moons the crowd.
Oh yeah, the fake moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did a little shimmy.
I'll probably just get hype. I don't know. I just let it come natural.
Tiger Woods.
I scored a couple touchdowns in high school, and I just got hype. Yeah.
Like tight end or what?
No. Well, I had a defensive touchdown, a couple defensive touchdowns on varsity, but when I got sent to JV that one year, for 2 games.
Yeah.
Because I got into a fight.
Yeah.
I played running back. I scored like 4 touchdowns in one game.
That's fucking
But I
hard.
wasn't like celebrating because I was like,
Yeah, you guys.
it's
losing
JV.
or- Oh, because it's
So I
JV.
was like, oh yeah, the coaches were like, you can do whatever you want. I was like, all right, running back and middle linebacker. I averaged like 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, like 25 tackles a game. I was a fucking menace, dude. Just lighting up freshmen and shit.
John Jones remains undefeated in the chat, as well as the Octagon says, chugging a beer, Spencer celebration.
That would be
Perfect.
yeah.
Perfect. Get yourself a sponsor that one too. Pause. Jesus.
Somebody screenshot that one.
Oh no. I just Chris Boshed myself.
yeah, you did.
Just botched it. I'm all for Keenan Allen. I'm surprised there's 40% of people saying no. I figured this would be like one of those like 70-80 polls. Do we open the phone lines? I got to hear a reason why not. Why wouldn't you bring in Keenan Allen?
Yeah.
I think my only counter, I wonder if this is theirs, is that with that access cap space, I would love to just play out the chance that a D tackle becomes available, because we all know that's still a glaring hole. And you could get, maybe there's one of those players that's a veteran D tackle and is on the last year or 2 of their contract, owed a lot of money, a team's looking to cut costs. I'm sure you guys could come up with some names, but that kind of scenario, I would love to get a D tackle and strengthen this defensive line.
Look, I just put the phone number in the chat for the 40% of you that don't want him here. I'm all ears. I mean, sell me on this. It's not like the end of the world. Like I said, we got some time before any of this stuff takes place, but I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I definitely do want Keenan Allen if it's available, like you said, if you don't have to trade. But I'd prefer to get a D tackle if possible, because that is the glaring hole left on this team.
No, I agree with the defensive tackle point, but it's like, give me some names. And for 26 mil that JB's talking about, I don't know that you have to do it either or. I think you can do both. That's 26 M's for some guys that got cut.
Yeah,
they already got some money in the bank right there. Year one, they at least take a little bit less money.
For sure.
Spencer's for sure getting a 10-day with 26 M's.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Throw me a $20,000 10-day contract. I'm there.
All day. With Jameson Williams out, you need some insurance at the wide receiver position. I don't see why you wouldn't do it. And if you need insurance for yourself, personally, or for your business, my guy Mark is the guy to hit up at Swiss Insurance. Make sure you guys contact him. Did anybody send him his mock draft? Send him his mock draft. Send him your Keenan Allen take. He needs to know. He needs to know that people watch this show and see his ad. Email my guy Mark at Swiss Insurance. You like that, iKing? Swiss. Email Mark at SwissInsurance.com. That's
Sweet.
Mark at SwissINS.com. World Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
I'm Swedish Farmer.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots. He scores!
With 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry. Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Chompin' Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spin More Racks, Young Chris, JB Smooth. Hit that like button, 5-star review on all podcast platforms. Rocking along. 40% of you guys said you didn't want Keenan Allen. Phone numbers in the chat if you guys want to, make a phone call on that one. 2 places we take this one. We have a Campbell or Gibbs topic that you guys brought up on BDE. I don't remember what your answer was. I think I just caught Niels and I think I just heard Niels.
Yeah.
He said that Jack Campbell's under more pressure than
Jameer Gibbs. Yeah.
Don't agree at all. What was yours?
Jack Campbell.
Why?
Because he was brought in to be the guy to fix this defense. He was your big defensive thing. You talked about all of the Lions fans before 3 weeks, even 2 months before the draft, were saying defense. We need defense. We might need defense in our first 3 picks. And what did they do? they didn't get defense in their first 3 picks. They got 2 offense and 1 defense. And that 1 defense was Jack Campbell. Jack Campbell, and I know the arguments with Jahmyr Gibbs, first-round pick, running back, it's bad positional value. Well, what else is bad positional value in the first round? Linebacker. And he was pick 18. So 6 picks away is not much of a difference. Jack Campbell is, you don't pick a guy. I saw people in the BDE chat saying, he's just to shore up their linebacker core. You don't draft somebody in the top 20 to shore up a core of your team. You draft someone in the top 20 because you think they're going to be a star in this league. And Jack Campbell is that defensive guy they brought in to be a star. Because last year, as Neil put it, the defense is the reason the Lions didn't make the playoffs. Against Carolina, a game you needed to win to make the playoffs or to continue to keep your playoff hopes in your hands, the defense didn't show up. And Lions fans know that the offense was the far more productive side of the ball. Lions fans! And so you bring in Jack Campbell, and the pressure is on him because he needs to be a stud. He needs to be a hit. He was drafted number 18 overall. You need him to be a guy. I think he's going to be great. I think he's going to be a great player. He's got all the makings of someone that will be a great player, a great linebacker in this league. But the pressure's on him because that defense was bad last year.
No
and
way.
You can say what you want about, the last 10 weeks of the season, the last second half of the season. Well, they still bottomed out as a bottom 5 defense in the NFL. So the pressure's on him to succeed because he was that piece that they brought in to help stop the run. Yeah, they revamped the secondary, but they didn't do anything in that front 7 other than bring in Jack Campbell.
This answer is Jahmyr Gibbs. I love you. All that's to the wayside when it comes to a running back. Like you said, linebacker is like the other one. But the one, like the cardinal sin that everybody's kind of agrees on across the board is drafting that running back in the first round. That's the one that everybody feels icky about. Not only that, in a way with the Jahmyr Gibbs pick, you can almost look at it as like you pass up on Jalen Carter for it. You pass up on your guy and Russ's guy, Christian Gonzalez, for it. And on top of that, I mean, there's multiple names. We go down the list of names you passed up on, in theory, for Jahmyr Gibbs.
Mm-hmm.
But you already had, in essence, Jahmyr Gibbs with Swift. That's the role.
But he couldn't stay on the field, and he was in the last year of his deal.
For sure, but you had it. When he is, there's a theory if he stays healthy or not. It's a contract year. That's theory that he will outperform anybody in his contract year because he wants the big money and prove they could play in the NFL like this year more than any other year. But you had to give up Swift for it. Compensation, I was fine with it, but you also gave him to a contender in the NFC. So if you want the Detroit Lions to win out and go to the Super Bowl, that's a team you're more than likely to have to see at some point in time. The Eagles are bolstered with talent. You kind of helped them out with both Jalen Carter and DeAndre Swift after the draft. But you had that. He was already performing for you in that manner.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jahmyr Gibbs, that's what you expect out of him. But it's still very much a question mark if you can do it to at this standard in this league. Now that's the one pick too that I go back and forth on. I was more content with the Jack Campbell pick because it is at 18 and it is defense, and that's another point too. You wanted them to go defense. Instead of going defense, they chose this guy, the running back, the Cardinal sin running back to take. And you can say what you want if he's going to for sure perform. You call him a weapon. Those things were said about Clyde Edwards-Helaire. When the Chiefs took him,
mm-hmm.
They had the luxury of taking Clyde Edwards-Helaire, a running back that's supposed to be a beast, and a weapon, and that Andy Reid offense. Well, I guess technically Andrew, and he hasn't lived up to it.
Yeah.
There was a comp made. I think it was earlier today. I was listening to a PFF pod. Just happened to play after the Dan Campbell segment we're talking about next, and it made my stomach queasy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Remember C.J. Spiller?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
C.J. Spiller, I think, was top 10 pick for the Buffalo Bills. He was supposed to be that same dynamic running back. And I get modern day offenses, you see a little bit more, but not really. We've seen this done before. I mean, Percy Harvin really didn't have a position. He kind of played everywhere. But C.J. Spiller, the comp to him hurt me even more because I was like, fuck, that does feel oddly similar. I looked at the height. C.J. Spiller actually a little bit taller than Jahmyr Gibbs. I looked at the weight. C.J. Spiller is 1 pound heavier. I looked at the 40 times. Jahmyr Gibbs 4.37. Jahmyr Gibbs 4.36. C.J. Spiller 4.37. The comp was fucking kind of on the money. And what did C.J. Spiller live up to in this league? Not much. And that's the guy you took with your earlier pick. Mm-hmm. Jahmyr Gibbs is underneath the pressure more than anyone for sure in my mind, just because of everything that was kind of – he's so much more of a question mark. You gave up on a position that he's already like you had there in DeAndre Swift. It's just that's the one. And on top of that, too, you signed David Montgomery a $6 million deal.
Yeah.
$6 million a year. Like, when are you going to use him now?
For me, I look at it as – Yeah, they signed Alex Anzalone. They had faith in him, brought him in here. He had a great season the year before.
Yeah.
You re-sign him, you bring him in. You had a 6th-round pick in Malcolm Rodriguez come out and have a 100-tackle season. Great season. Dude was out there flying around making plays. So you know you can get in a guy in free agency for cheap that'll come in and be effective. You know you can get a guy late in the draft for way cheap that can come in here and be effective. But you invested your 1st-round pick into a linebacker to come in here after having those two from 2 different walks of the NFL life. A 6th-round pick and a career backup that both came in and had amazing seasons in this defense for their standard.
Yeah.
And when you draft a linebacker in the 1st round, it is rarely a middle linebacker. It is normally off-ball linebackers or pass-rushing linebackers. Jack Campbell is neither of those. Jack Campbell is your consistent, prototypical middle linebacker. So I think the upside on Jahmyr Gibbs, what he can do, the different things you can move him around, the amount of teams that wanted him in the 1st round, add to the factor like, yeah, he's a weapon. If he gets there, he works out. It's amazing. Jack Campbell, he is more in a box of what he can bring to this team. You can't move him around. You can't put him in different places, do different things with him. He is what he is.
But that's fine. I feel like ultimately at the end of the day, he's an upgrade over Alex Anzalone regardless of what happens. Alex Anzalone has been a career backup his entire time until he got here in Detroit. He was we had a makeshift roster. We kind of had to put him out there. I mean, I remember when, Coach Shepard said, I don't want to start a rookie, but I have to.
Yeah.
That's what he's stepping into. Like, he's going to excel either way. I think, all due respect to Alex Anzalone, he's a bigger body, a lot more athletic. If Alex Anzalone is successful in this defense, you damn well Jack Campbell's going to be successful too, unless he's an absolute bitch, which I'm not going to put that on him. But Jahmyr Gibbs is 100% the one where it's just, it could burn you. It could burn you heavy, burn you hard, because you already had him and DeAndre Swift. You don't draft the running back 1st round. We've seen it, again, to the CJ Spiller comp. That's the one that hurt me the most. And then, like you said, too, like, you could grab any, almost like you said, I don't want to call any bum off the street. I don't want to disrespect my guy Malcolm, but you almost throw anybody in there. The running back position, we just saw with Pacheco, 7th-round pick, performed really, really well for the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, I'm not telling you guys I'm upset with the pick. I'm not telling you guys that I hate it or I don't think he's going to be successful. I just think he's under more pressure. The question is like,
I think what you said about Anzalone is why Jack Campbell's under even more pressure. Because you know what you have in Anzalone. You know what he is. On paper, Jack Campbell is the better player. On paper, Jack Campbell should be a better player. He's bigger. He's stronger. He's more athletic. That's still asking him to have 130 tackles his rookie season.
I don't know if you're asking him to do that.
That would be better than Anzalone. Anzalone had 125 tackles last year.
I think
So to be better, to be more effective, you need to have more tackles or an equal amount. Even if it's not
That's
more.
That's not my measure of success for a linebacker, though.
What else is then? You don't measure success of a linebacker by having tackles? By making tackles?
I mean, linebacker should be anything. Like, anybody can get a tackle.
A middle linebacker. He's not a rush linebacker. He's a little bit of a coverage linebacker, but that's just because he's so big. What you're asking him to do in this defense is to be that middle linebacker, go out there, hit people at the line, and make tackles. You're not asking him to rush. You're not asking him to rush off the end, be an off-ball linebacker. He is going to be your middle linebacker, and that's what it is for me. Even more on top of that is you can't measure. You're not going to measure him off of his sack amount. You're not going to measure him off of his interception rate.
I would, yeah. I mean, you'd hope so. That's supposed to be the strength of drafting him. But, like, that's the thing is, like, you have Anzalone to play in there, like, if not. You literally gave up DeAndre Swift. You literally signed David Montgomery to fill that void at running back.
You were losing DeAndre Swift anyways.
No, you had him this year. You're playing him out this year. You're losing for a comp pick that was similarly valuable to what you got in the trade. You picked up Jahmyr Gibbs earlier than everybody expected. At least when you look at the situation with Jack Campbell, he was, like, hands down probably the number 1 linebacker off the board, especially when it comes like looking at how the draft fell. I don't think we see another linebacker until like arguably a 3rd round, and I had to double check on that one. We actually, JBQ checked it up if there's any other linebackers. I'm just curious, just not to make a point, but now I'm just curious. But I think it's Jahmyr Gibbs. You gave up so much more. It's beyond losing DeAndre Swift and doing it in a sure thing. You traded
Is he
back.
a sure thing though? Saying DeAndre Swift is a sure thing?
Yeah,
he's never had more than
he
hasn't had 700 yards rushing in his career.
That's all right though. When healthy though, you know what you're getting out of him. And then you also had the guy
and that's
who you
when
fully
healthy.
expected
When
to take
healthy?
bulk
When
of the
is he
carries
healthy?
was David Montgomery. You paid $6 million for David Montgomery, and we all agreed that was an upgrade.
Yeah.
We all, at least me specifically, especially, fucking goddamn excited for David Montgomery. Yeah. 4th most broken tackle since entering the league with a fucking excellent offensive line in front of him. That was a weapon you could have utilized until the cows come home. And you're helping out Jared Goff. I didn't want to use that fucking old man expression, but I did. But Jared Goff, we know he's best in the running game. Like, I don't know, man. Jahmyr Gibbs needs to be elite to be worth where he was taken at the draft. Also,
so does Jack Campbell. He needs to be an elite middle linebacker.
But
he needs to be a multiple-time
earlier?
Pro Bowl. 6 picks earlier. It's not like
it's
not like Jahmyr Gibbs was taken 6th overall. He was taken 12th, and yeah, that still is earlier, but it was a reach on both of them.
Arguably, yeah, no, for sure, still a reach on both of them. I agree to that. But still, arguably, I mean, I'm obviously not 6 overall, but you passed up on a bunch of guys you could have taken at 6 overall to make that pick, and that's why he's the one that needs to perform. On top of just already having, you had Swift. I'm
not as high on Swift as you are. Like, yeah, when he's healthy, he's good, but when is he healthy? When we've seen him do things, when we've seen him be healthy and be the guy that you want to give the ball to, he gets injured.
And even in that scenario, like we both agree, when healthy, he's an absolute beast. But you had David Montgomery. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was not a need. This was not a pressing need for this team. Nobody heading into the draft was saying, oh, they have to go running back. They have to go running back. We fell along the line of, yeah, we don't mind if it's Bijan Robinson because Bijan was supposed to be him. Not Jahmyr Gibbs. That was the guy.
I think Jahmyr fits the offense better than Bijan Robinson.
He does, and we look at like the numbers too. You know, ultimately it shakes out to making sense. But we got to see it play through, especially after, again, my situation or my viewpoint may be a little bit different after finding out the CJ Spiller stuff. Yeah. That fucking hurt because it's similar draft spot too. But it's just that's the one. That's the one that I've still. It just makes my stomach hurt a little bit, but who knows? Maybe this kid's it. Chris, you had something weighing on?
Yeah, and it's a point that you're bringing up, and I just want to emphasize, Eazy. The reason why I would go with Gibbs is because at the end of the day, that I believe a caller said this earlier last week, was that the running back room you didn't have to reinvent. You chose to reinvent it. That was something that was already really good and a staple and a strength of this team. The defense, as we know, was not, which is why everybody wanted to go multiple first picks on defense. This was, you didn't need to reinvent this running back room, and especially after getting Montgomery, you didn't need to spend a first-round draft pick on a guy like Gibbs. Now, I'm not saying that you should or shouldn't have done that. I'm not saying these are bad deals, but that's why I believe there's more pressures, because you were taking a strength and now you're putting the expectation of, here it was last year, but now we've upgraded, so now it's going to be here. It's got to be high up. That's why.
I also think you can look at that same point on the side of Jack Campbell, is that why there's pressure on him is because everybody knew the Lions needed to get defense. Everybody knew the Lions had to get some defense to make this defense better, and he was that guy. So he has to come in and be that guy to make the defense better. It is on him. He was their first-round pick on the position of ball, on the position of the field they needed the most help in.
But even before him, Jahmyr Gibbs was taken when that was still a need, and that's why more pressure on Gibbs. The defense could have been addressed with probably, arguably, a better quality.
It could have, should have, would have, but it was with Jack Campbell.
But it was passed on with Jahmyr Gibbs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so they have enough faith in Jack Campbell that they weren't missing on those guys.
At 6, we could have had fucking Jalen Carter, who a lot of people really wanted. The only people who didn't want him was for character issues. It was like, for what? For why?
Yeah.
We've seen Ray Lewis, Aaron Hernandez. So many people pass through this league with character issues, and guess what? They got some fucking rings to show for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They outshine those character issues. That's for damn sure at the end of the day. But we got to go to break, but not before my guy Smitty tells you guys about Lady Jane's.
I will, because you can walk into any Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, 2 cars, one for you and one for your wife, girlfriend, best bud, or me. I still need a car. You can throw one my way. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined my guy Spinmo Rex.
What up, though?
Yo, Chris, the TV booth, JB Spool, the 1s and 2s. Hit that like button if you guys haven't already. Please feel free to call in and let us know on both the Keenan Allen situation or the Jahmyr Gibbs and Jack Campbell. And one more point to the, we can keep going on this one if you want, or we can move on to another topic, but to the Jahmyr Gibbs thing, with David Montgomery, it was like a verified upgrade over Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift. Jahmyr Gibbs is very much still a question mark as a rookie. And that's...
You can say that about every rookie. You don't know what a rookie's going to be until. So if you could say he's a question mark, you can say the same thing about Jack Campbell. You don't know what a rookie's going to be until they play in the league.
He's a question mark, but you had a top 5 offense with existing pair, you know?
Yeah, so he's walking into a better situation. You had a bottom 5 defense, and you need someone to help fix that defense.
But
and he was the big addition in the draft.
If Jack Campbell does a performance, okay, it's his first year, it's his rookie year. Jahmyr Gibbs does a performance, like there's no excuse for you have not performed.
I feel like it can go. It's still his rookie year, his first year. So if that's the excuse made for Jack Campbell, why couldn't you use that for Jahmyr Gibbs?
Well, what are the 2 positions that hit the ground running in the NFL?
Normally running back and linebacker. Or, I mean, running back and wide receiver.
You know what I'm saying? That's why it's less of an excuse on Jahmyr's part. But both under big pressure, who do you think executes the most, actually?
Executes the
most?
most?
Who do you think is going to perform to the pick? Jahmyr Gibbs?
Yes.
Yeah. JB? Who we got on the line?
Oh, I will send you guys William.
Big Willie.
I'm the pappy.
I'm the pappy. What up, though, Will?
What up? You know my name at work is Big Money Will.
Big Money Will.
Now, I have a opinion on the Jahmyr Gibbs pick.
Okay.
Now, I've seen his highlights on his college highlights, and I'm going to say this. He's a running back that I've never seen move like that before. Like, you know, when they picked Barry Sanders, well, it's like one of the greatest running backs of all time. And I think Jahmyr Gibbs will be that running back for the Lions, you know, come the 2023-2024 season. What do you guys think?
To be Barry Sanders in year 1? Is that what you're asking?
Huh?
You're saying Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be...
No.
Oh.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs.
Like what
I think he's going to be the prodigy for the Lions.
Yeah, I mean, he very well could be, and I think that's, I mean, to Smitty's point too, like that's the guy you'd probably expect to for sure perform, and that's why that he has the biggest monkey, the most pressure. Sorry, I'm trying to think of these expressions. They're not coming to me. I just said an old man one earlier. I'm just gonna give up on him. He has the most pressure because you expect him to perform right away. You know, this is already a top 5 offense, and you cashed in on DeAndre Swift because you grabbed him too. But I appreciate you calling in, Big Money Will. Big Money Will, before I let you go, since you're Big Money Will, something you can make bets. Who you got tonight, Lakers or Warriors?
Ooh, I'm going to go with the Warriors. I like Steph Curry.
Yeah, he's pretty cute. What? Thanks for calling in, Will.
Appreciate you calling in, Will.
Yeah, you guys have a good one.
Speaking of pressure, I've been applying the pressure to Jared Goff. You know, some may say fairly, some may say unfairly. It's each their own. You know, tomato, Pizzone, Platty, you know, whatever.
Plate.
But Dan Campbell got to speak on the matter. Did you get to hear this yet?
I did not.
Let's fucking go, Chris. Run it up. Dan Campbell and Hendon Hooker today on Chris Long's Green Light Podcast.
This offseason saying that we wanted to bring in some competition at quarterback. Yep. We didn't know exactly where that might be, who that would be at the time. But we did like Hooker. You know, we knew he was coming off the injury, but there was something about him that was appealing. You know, he's very mature. He looks the part. He's got a big arm. You know, he's got to learn how to play in the NFL. But he's a pro now. And I like the fact that he was older. We all kind of like the fact he was older. I think you want your quarterback to be a little bit more mature. They got a lot on their plate. So, but to that point, to be able to get him where we did, you know, we traded back twice and we were still able to acquire him. We felt like that was everything played out just the right way for us. We were excited. And to your point, yes, Goff is going to handle it well. I mean, he knew Brad had called him, and he's great. And he'll help this guy just learn and grow. And really, this is a redshirt year for him. He's got to get this leg right first, and then and then he'll learn under, you know, and then let's see what happens. You know, if he can eventually become your 2, or maybe down the road later on, it's more than that. But it's.
Oh, that's I cut the screen recording early. I apologize.
Damn, it sounded like it was just getting good.
Yeah. It was just getting juicy.
Oh, it's interesting.
Yeah, it got interesting. He said, you know, or the guy of the future is what he went on to say.
Sure. I'm sure he did. Yeah.
I swear he did. I'm Moses. That's why I grabbed it. And I already, made this comment, and we were gonna make this a topic today already, but it wasn't what I was ready to hammer home. I hate battling the golfers on my own. It's just like me spinning the PFF guys who just fucking look at this for what it is. But
what a hangout.
Yeah, what a hangout. They're actually quite boring. Hard for Bedard, by the way. If anybody they can't see the bottom part of this. But I don't know, Spinny. That was your first time hearing that.
Yeah.
What did you make of it?
I mean, yeah, it's. What are you gonna say? What else are you gonna say about the guy? You know, he talks about liking Hooker. They obviously, who doesn't like Hooker? You know,
who doesn't like hookers?
Who doesn't like a hooker?
Let's be fair.
And so they brought him in, and they got an older hooker, which they were obviously more fond of. They were fond of the experience and the miles on her. But I'm
a little bit of injury history.
A little bit of injury history. You know, she's not 100% yet. But no, That's what you say. That's what you say about your quarterback. That's what you say about the guy you just drafted. And that's what we expect out of him too. We expect to see what he can do. Don't expect to see him this year, but can he get the offense down? Can he make plays? Can he do what he needs to do to prove that he will be a factor in this team in the long run? So,
oh man, you guys already know how I feel. Like I'm just gonna be like beating a dead horse at this point. Sorry, Peter, if that's an expression you didn't want to hear. I'm just fucking not doing well with expressions today.
Peter's crazy, dude.
Yeah, are they the ones throwing the tomato soup on freaking art pieces and shit and handcuffing them to him?
Yeah.
What is that the dude from Hunger Games?
I don't know. Well, Peter. Yeah, that annoyed the fuck out of me.
Peter!
Yeah, why
also
was
the
fucking
Family Guy.
Did a guy from New England write this shit?
Peter!
Yeah, Peter. I'm in love with Peter. Either way, yes. And to be honest with you, like, it doesn't have to be this for sure or for certain because you have this year to find out. You know, and I'm not saying like Hendon Hooker's like the guy for the future for years and years to come. He very may well be just a bridge to the next bridge. It's just he could be what saves you from going in the hole of paying a quarterback $50+ million and kind of just being stuck with him. You know, I don't want to do that with Jared Goff.
Mm-hmm.
I've said this a million fucking times. We saw Jared Goff without Ben Johnson. It wasn't ugly. It was ugly, I should say. I just hate like repeating myself. I make the same points, but you saw fucking Sean McVay, the youngest head coach to win a Super Bowl ever. I think this year was his first year going under 500 after inheriting a team from a guy that was looked as a good coach in Jim Fisher,
Mr. 500.
Jeff Fisher. Yeah, Mr. 500. And to like completely outperform him for years and years then on, move on from this guy and then win a fucking Super Bowl. Like that was he got the upgrade he wanted, and then he won the fucking Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Detroit Lions are blessed with the number 6 overall pick this year, yeah. But that partly because of Matthew Stafford got hurt.
Yep.
Partly because of Cooper Kupp got hurt.
Yep.
You had the fucking awful signing of Allen Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
And then the running back situation, they were hurt too. And then even Aaron Donald got hurt at some point this year too. Don't discredit Sean McVay for being the boy wonder he's been pinned as. He is that. You don't hire a guy at that young if he's not a fucking genius.
Yeah.
And he's proven to be, in my mind. Jared Goff isn't a bad quarterback. He's just not worthy of paying $50 million. Brad Holmes knows this. Howie Roseman knows this. To a certain extent, I mean, I'd argue that the Ravens thought that for a minute there too. They were unwilling to, at least make the full guaranteed commitment to Lamar. They settled that since then. But Brad's just getting ahead of it with the Hendon Hooker pick. And when you make these kind of picks, I mean, the hope is with any fucking pick you draft, even if it's a 7-rounder, the hope is fucking Antoine Green's next Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking awesome for you. That'd be great for you and the franchise. That's the hope with Hendon Hooker. Yeah, they took him 3rd round. He wasn't supposed to be there in the 3rd round, partly because of the age, partly because of the ACL. And by the way, when Dan Campbell talked about this guy, you even go back to Brad Holmes. Maybe I'll grab a clip from this for 10-20 minutes. It doesn't sound like a backup. When they speak about this kid, when he talked about the deep ball, he talked about the attributes that he brings as a leader. Like those are things you bring up when you're talking about your backup quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Those are things you talk about when you bring up a guy that could possibly lead your franchise in the future. I'm not guaranteeing it's going to happen, but I guarantee you that's what their hope happens. All due respect to Jared Goff. And again, it's business at the end of the day. It's business at the end of the day. These guys want to win.
Maurice Mack says, I would rather invest $100 million, a 2024 first rounder and third rounder for Quinnen Williams before I give Jared Goff a 4-year, $200 million deal.
I'm with you. And the reality is, like, he might get that. He might get a contract, but I foresee that as one of those like non-committal, like 3-year situations where you could possibly bounce out of it in 2 years. And it's very possible because it's up on Hendon Hooker. It's up on Hendon Hooker to perform. More to talk about when we get back. Obviously, I'll reopen the phone lines. Scott, it's up to JB if he wants to answer, man. I'm making JB the bad guy in this one. Please feel free to call in, but not before we tell you about nothing. We'll be right back, guys.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. You know who we are. We're the Woodward Heavyweights. Hit the like button, you guys haven't already. 5-star review on all podcast platforms. Appreciate you guys joining with us. Comment from Thomas Lewin. That's a tough one because 2 L's could be considered a Y, but I don't think it begins that way. But we'll just go with Thomas L. All right, he says it's crazy that Eazy doesn't think Goff is playing better than he did on the Rams during their run. Isn't it possible that Goff is better now? If he gets us to the Super Bowl, who cares what you pay him? Well, Thomas, has he gotten us to the Super Bowl?
Has he gotten us to the playoffs?
Has he gotten us to the playoffs? The answer is no.
That's like, I understand.
Like if that was the situation, you pay him. But the Rams, by the way, he went to the Super Bowl with.
Mm-hmm.
They got rid of him still. It's because you don't pay a guy of that caliber that much money and expect to win the fucking Super Bowl.
And his best year was
2018.
4,600 yards, 32 touchdowns, 12 interceptions.
And by the way, you got to see a glimpse of Jared Goff with this team. If he's better here, what the fuck happened in 2021?
And that was in one less game.
What happened in 2021? He just the fucking Monstars come down and take his powers? Like it's
possible.
This is a Ben Johnson tailored offense. It was a Sean McVay tailored offense. You know, once Todd Gurley fell out of that offense, Jared Goff became pedestrian, and they're like, "Fuck, there's a lot of money committed to this guy, and he's not doing anything extra for us, and we almost like need somebody else to like make him work. Why are we committing so much of our cap space to this one guy?"
Doughboy Steve says they paid him. Yeah, they paid him.
And they traded him.
They never got back to a Super Bowl, and they traded him.
It's
like, is that supposed to be your argument that the Rams paid him and it worked out?
By the way, Thomas, if they did make a Super Bowl with Jared Goff, I'm all for it. Begin.
Yeah.
Up until now, what is he? We haven't even seen the playoffs.
That's why I understand liking Jared Goff as a player. Yeah. I understand. Playoffs. You know, everybody likes different players in the league. He's your quarterback, so you're gonna like him. I understand that, but the amount of love and just diehard fans this guy already has in Detroit, like you'd think he'd play here for 15 years, win multiple divisions and multiple playoff games. By the way, some people act towards him. It doesn't make sense to me. Like the blind devotion
Yeah.
I understand liking him and riding for him because he's your quarterback, but the blind devotion of you'll never get anybody better, never pay him as much as he wants. It doesn't matter. He's the best quarterback ever. Like that shit is it's fucking wild to me.
It's weird, especially when like again, if are you a Lions fan or a Jared Goff fan, and you also have the example of him already being replaced, and then the fucking team won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
JB, who do we have in the line? I saw you make the hand gesture in there.
Yeah, we got a couple calls actually.
Let's go.
I will send you Scott first.
Scott,
Scott,
the man, the myth, the legend. Scott, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good here to spit a little football with you guys.
What's on your mind?
Saw your poll. I just saw your guys' poll on who's got the more pressure on him this year, and I believe that you made Jair Gibbs or however you say his name, running back we got.
Yes.
Sorry,
you're good.
I haven't had a chance to dabble in them too much because I was like blown away by them whipping on 4 defensive tackles. So.
Yeah, you and me both, Scott. You and me both.
And then on the whole Jared Goff and Hendon Hooker thing, like, I agree with you guys. Don't pay him the money because he hasn't really, like, proven it yet.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't gotten us to the promised land. But at the same time, Hendon Hooker's just going to be redshirted his first year unless Goff gets hurt. Which, I mean, with the offensive line we got, I don't really see that happening.
Scott, I appreciate you calling in, man.
Appreciate you calling in, Scott. As always, you're a treat. And
Hey,
that's
5 stars across the board,
Let's
people.
go, baby.
Across the board on all streaming platforms. 5 stars.
5 stars. You
Do
heard
it
it
for
from
I got you guys.
Hi, King Horse. 23 natties deep.
I appreciate you, Scott, and he's
Love you,
right.
Scott.
Like that, any Lions fan, no matter who you are, will say they don't want to see Hendon Hooker play next year. I don't want Hendon Hooker to play next year because I think Jared Goff is the better option right now.
Mm.
Because he knows the offense, because he's done it before.
Yes.
So I want Jared Goff to go out there and ball because I want the Lions to win.
That's like
Doesn't mean I want to pay him $45 million a year.
We talk about the extension when it was reported. There's a preface in there of 15 months, which gives you a whole year to see what you have else in the quarterback room. JB, who else we got?
All right, I will send you guys Terrell from FL.
Terrell from FL. What up, Terrell? Got any more wild takes on Patrick Mahomes?
Yo, that dude sounds like McCarty's drunk uncle.
Scott's the man.
Scott is the man.
What up, Terrell?
No, I don't want to talk about Patrick Mahomes. I just wanted to know if you were down for a friendly wager.
Okay.
Eazy.
What's up?
You're down for friendly wagers, right?
Let's hear the wager.
I'll make a jersey bet with you that Jared does.
Troy, you there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
all right.
You cut out for a second.
Let's hear the wager.
Oh, my bad. No, I want to make a jersey bet with you. I bet you a jersey that Jared doesn't ask for $50 million.
All right, for sure.
I don't know how we could.
Well, yeah. Well, you mean like he does like so 50? The contract won't exceed or hit 50 million at any point. Is that what you're saying?
No, he won't ask for 50 a year.
So how do we know what he asked for though? Like we would know by the contract, right? Or no?
I mean, if there's a dispute and they don't want to pay him and they end up parting ways, it'll come out. It always does.
But then how can we verify to
right?
So I think here's the safe way to doing that one, and you could agree or disagree. Like if the contract, if there's a 50 mil in there, then I win, right? But if there's not, then you would win, because then it's like clear as day that that wasn't part of it, right? Or no?
Say that one more time.
So like if the contract
say that one more time.
The contract hits 50 mil at any point in cap space, I get the jersey, right?
Yes.
Oh, deal.
Yes.
All day. Yeah.
Yeah. In 1 year. Yeah.
Oh, all day.
For sure.
All day. I'll see.
Why, you think they're going to backload on real heavy, give him like 50 something, and give him less up front?
If they do it, that's what it would be for sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, just based off the market, I think it's going to happen. And then obviously you have the situation where, I mean, last week or whatever, I don't know when he actually said it, but it was like, yeah, pay me, my friends, all the money. Like, it's no one.
Yeah, I heard that. That was a great comment, bro.
Yeah, no one's gonna like I don't know, man. I don't see a world where he takes less money. He was in a situation where he could have won a Super Bowl in L.A. and has every reason to take less money in that situation, and he didn't. And ultimately,
I feel you. You and I aren't going to move each other on our points, so I thought I would just maybe make a bet with you. I thought it was a good idea. I already know who I want, so I'm down.
Deal. Who you want? What
I'm
jersey
ready.
you want?
I want I want a Kirby Joseph jersey.
All right, deal.
Send it. Medium.
All right,
gotcha.
Deal. You're paying extra for my big ass. You know that?
I know.
Hey, appreciate
you
Terrell.
calling in, Terrell.
All good, though. Have a good one, brothers. Bye.
You got a couple jerseys bets on the line.
Yeah, I know one I'm winning for sure.
Yeah, the MVP one.
Yeah, Goff's not. Definitely not winning the MVP.
Who's next, JB?
All right, I will send you guys Steven.
Steven. What's going on, Steve?
Hello?
What up, Steve?
Hey, guys. How you doing today?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm actually missing work. I caught COVID, but I got to tap into the show, so it's all right.
Let's go. Well, not for you having COVID, but tapping into the show.
Right. So I'm excited about Hendon Hooker. I don't really expect him to start over Goff. I don't expect him to take Goff's position this year. However, I don't have enough faith or respect or belief in Goff to want him to keep the job. So if Hendon Hooker does get the job, that will give me a reason to be excited. I'm tired of this team being held back by a below average quarterback position and us moving the world around him to make something happen. I think there's a lot of QB talent coming in and around the league, and we should be shoppers. I think we should have been some of the first shoppers for Lamar, and that's about all. What about you guys?
Steve, that was excellently made point, man. You put it great. I think, this has clicked for me too. So shout out to Steve for calling in, but we'd all say, I think for most part, agree that Matthew Stafford's probably an upgrade over Jared Goff, right?
Mm-hmm.
The contract is what hampered you as the Detroit Lions team. That, and obviously the coaching isn't what it is now. But when you pay a guy that much money, you're limiting what you can do as a team. And if you are going to pay him that much money, you got to make sure he performs above and beyond that. The amount of cap space he's taking, because that's multiple players that could be on your football team. If Matthew Stafford, we all agree, is better than Jared Goff, and you had the situation here, and you paid him that money as a better player, and did it pan out, I mean, what lessons being learned here? You know what I'm saying? Different regime, but again, that's why they drafted Hendon Hooker. And if Hendon Hooker's not what they expect him to be this year, then Jared Goff's going to get the deal. But if he is, Brad Holmes is fucking looking like a pimp because Jared Goff then becomes a trade asset.
Mm-hmm.
Which is Steve still there? Or do we let him go? I'm curious for you actually. If
No, we let him go.
Appreciate you, Steve, calling in.
Thanks, Steve.
Update on the Jared Goff trade value from you and JB, because you guys, what did you guys say during the season last year? Like a second rounder.
Second rounder, I think. I still think it could be around there if he goes out and has another good season like that. Yeah.
JB.
I mean, if he has a good season, we can come to the table. I'm probably not going over 45.
What's the trade value though? You think? What are you getting back for him?
Second and the third. Yeah.
You guys cool with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if you get ready to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Which this next one kind of leads to that scenario. Quentin Williams and the New York Jets are far apart in agreement to the type of money he wants.
And they just took in some serious money with that Aaron Rodgers contract.
Serious money. I thought it was like a little less until I saw the cap hit for next year. I'm assuming he gets extended or something.
Mm-hmm.
The over the cap was 100 something next year. But we'll get into that, but not before we tell you guys about Guardian Alarm.
Yes, we will tell you about Guardian Alarm. Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology. It's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800
Stay Out.
That's 1-800
Stay Out
right now and let them know Woodward Sports sends you.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, 2 cars, one for you, one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Let one of our talented, award-winning stylists make you look handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live at woodsports.com. I'm pleased to join my guy Spimo Rex.
What up, though?
Young Chris, JB Smooth. Philip C says Goff played better than Dan Campbell coached. Comments on that one, Spinny?
I don't know. That sounds like some throating right there.
Some hardcore throat.
Hardcore throat.
I don't. It's totally different things to compare it to. But
yeah, it's like, very hard comparison to make.
Yeah, Dan Campbell's got the whole fucking team to take responsibility of there, and then Jared Goff's got like his role. I don't know. I'd say that Dan Campbell. Goff performed to a top 10 year.
Yeah, for sure.
But Dan Campbell, Ben Johnson, he was very, very, very fucking much a part of that.
Yeah.
If Dan Campbell brought in Ben Johnson, then does he not get a little bit of that credit? Like, I don't.
Dan Campbell was what, like 2nd or 3rd in Coach of the Year votes?
That's true too.
I don't think
so. That's making him. What?
Yeah, I don't think Jared Goff is on the MVP voting.
That's fair. That's a great point. JB, so you got another caller?
Yeah, we got one more caller for you guys.
Let's run through this one real quick.
Here is Maurice.
Some people call me Maurice. What up, man?
What's up, fellas? I knew it was coming. How you doing?
What's going on, Mo?
So, I got a couple thoughts. On the Dan Campbell thing, I give him his opportunity because if you say, what's the ceiling of Dan Campbell, I think you get a little bit more than Mike Vrabel just because he's a little more innovative scheme-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And if you say, what's the best of Jared Goff, I think you get a little less than Nick Foles, which brings me to my point. Look at if I'm Brad Holmes, I'm looking at the Philadelphia Eagles, that roster between 2017 and 2019, how the changeover from Foles to Carson Wentz, and then they end up drafting Jalen Hurts. Jalen sits. He learns the offense. He learns the culture. He becomes a staple in that locker room, in that community. That's what we should expect from Hendon Hooker. And aside from people not knowing him, if you watch his games, he's consistently got better year over year. The fact that he's 25 has no merit on this guy's stats. The teams he's beat over the last 2 seasons, and his play is effortless because he's instinctual, but he's also very cerebral. So I liken his down-the-field passing and his intermediate throwing to like a Drew Brees, but more of an athletic Drew Brees with a stronger arm. I'm not comparing him to a GOAT. What I'm saying is the intangibles are there, the skill set is there. If this guy doesn't get hurt, he's clearly the 3rd best graded quarterback in the draft. So people should really watch tape and not go by like mock drafts. And this guy is literally I'll go on record as saying he's the 3rd best graded quarterback coming out of college if he doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, for sure. It's, if he doesn't get hurt in college, great call, Maurice. He wins the Heisman and he's a top 5 draft pick. So it's the whole thing is there. Like he said, all the intangibles are there, the size, the arm strength, the mobility. You love to see it. He's a great pocket passer. He makes great decisions. The same way that Jared Goff last year did not turn the ball over, he is known for not turning the ball over. He has a great completion percentage, as does Jared Goff. So there's a lot of things there you like, but you still got to see what happens in the NFL because a lot of great quarterbacks in college don't turn out to anything in the NFL. Do I think that'll be the case with Hendon Hooker? I don't know yet. Probably not. I wouldn't bet on that, but Jared Goff is the known commodity right now, and what he did for you last year was have a top 10 season, a top 3 NFC quarterback season. So I understand why they're not doing it already or anything like that, and why they gave him that 15-month window is because you want to see what you have in Hendon Hooker before you make any decision on the quarterback spot.
Again, when it comes down to listening to Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, tomorrow I'll make sure to grab a cut and clip of that one from my guy Econ because he loves hearing about Jared Goff. But when you hear him speak about Hendon Hooker, it's not like just blowing past it. Yeah, great guy. If we've got great value in him, like no, they bring out those type of traits. Every single trait that Maurice just said, every trait that you just said, traits of a starting caliber quarterback in the NFL. When you talk about backup quarterbacks, you're not really talking about leadership too often. Unless you're talking about him just like being able to rally up the team while he's not on the field.
Case Keenum, big leader.
Yeah, those aren't the parameters you discuss it. And again, I can't tell you that Hendon Hooker's for sure going to be him, but the attributes and all the projections point to like he can at least play some damn good ball. I don't want to disrespect Jared Goff. He does have him tendencies. Dude, he's good. He's a good fucking quarterback. And like Dan Campbell said in the clip too, he's old enough to take over, have leadership responsibilities, to be respected within the huddle. Like I don't get how like it's perceived hate when it's just, are you a Lions fan at the end of the day? Is Jared Goff paying your bills, or are you sucking his dick? It's like what is it here? If you're a fan of the Detroit Lions, shouldn't you root for what's best for the team? Historically, it was best for the team. If you look at fucking Super Bowl winning champions, we've been over already. Underneath that 12%.
Yeah.
And just having a fucking stacked roster.
The throating aspect of Jared Goff, it really doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't make sense to me. We call them golf gobblers for a reason. I understand liking the guy and riding for him, but he's been here for 2 years.
They're riding all right.
They're riding something.
They're definitely riding all right. But again, it comes down to if you're truly a fan of the Detroit Lions, paint me the picture where Jared Goff is your best option. Because I paint you a million more where he's not. If he was your best option, he'd have a fuking Super Bowl over other ones.
You know what I want to do tomorrow?
What?
A show without a Jared Goff topic.
I'm down. But even the name's gonna pop up. It's the quarterback. It's the most important position in the biggest sport in all sports.
Yeah, no.
NFL's got the largest market in the United States. I don't understand how people are like, oh, you can't do a segment without talking Jared Goff. Hey, Bob, he just happens to be the starting quarterback for the team that you fucks care most about. If we were up here talking fucking Tigers, I guarantee you there's less people in the chat.
Oh, for sure.
I'd put my life on it. I'd bet my mortgage on it. Mm-hmm. If we were up here talking Red Wings. And the Red Wings are probably the closest to, Lions now. That's another point to be fucking talking Lions. But yeah. Red Wings probably number 2. Less numbers in the chat. And hey, ask Speaking Sports _ You want some topics on here? Send them through. You got some fire, we're going to talk about it. It's the off season. I'd love to. But until then, this shit's going to happen. These conversations are going to pop up.
Yeah.
Weak sauce. Come with some intelligence. Just a fucking strain of it. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Not, he hates him. That's why he always talks. No, I do a fucking Detroit sports show, and he happens to quarterback the fucking number 1 team in the league.
Just say what you want to say, Eazy. Just say what you want to say.
All right, I don't want to pay him $50 million. You got me.
No, what you really want to say.
$50 million.
You mentioned Sean McVay. You mentioned Ben Johnson. You want to just say Jared Goff is the luckiest quarterback of all time. You want to say it. Just say it.
What?
Wait, say one more time.
You want to say that Jared Goff is the luckiest quarterback of all time, having Ben Johnson and Sean McVay. Just say it.
No. Tom Brady's the luckiest quarterback of all time. Let's be real. Let's be real. No?
To have that much success, you're going to have luck. When you're in the playoffs, that deep in the playoffs, for that extended of a period of time, yeah, you're going to have more luck than most people. So it happens. Everybody gets lucky in the playoffs.
Like I've always, Jared Goff is good. I'm not going to pay 50 M's. But hey, I owe Terrell jersey if that's not the case. But speaking of saving money, we've already kind of hinted to this a little bit. And they talked about it on the Morning Woodward show too. I almost don't even see this as a realistic possibility. We have a graphic for it, but Quinnen Williams, a target for the Detroit Lions, obviously would be a target for the Detroit Lions. If you can't get,
he'll be a target for 31 teams in the NFL.
How excited are we allowed to get about this? I don't even see it being a thing.
I don't see it being a thing either, but I'd love it. I'd love it, man. It would be amazing to bring. He is a top 3 defensive tackle in the NFL right now, and he's young and he's hungry. You could bring him in. That would be awesome. That'd be awesome. I would be extremely happy with it. Again, I don't know if it's a possibility. I would assume the Jets are going to do whatever they can to keep him, but we'll see, man. If he gets on the open market, the Lions should throw him a bag.
All fucking day. I don't think it's happening, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, how excited am I going to allow myself to be? The Jets are in contention right now. They're going to pay him. He's worth every fucking dollar. He 12 sacks last year, and not even the whole 17 games, 12 sacks. Mm-hmm. Dog is a beast. And it's not just, it's more than just his individual performance at 12 sacks. You put him next to Aiden Hutchinson. How many sacks did Aiden have last year?
9.5.
James Houston?
8.
Give
or
me,
7. He might have
he's
said.
worth every single fucking penny. I'd argue that kind of aided a little bit to our guy Sauce. I love Quinnen. That's like one of the reasons. I mean, obviously, Dominican Sue had a situation to like witness my whole fucking life here when he was here. But having Dominican Sue as the best team of the Detroit Lions, best version of the Detroit Lions I've ever seen. They couldn't pay him because they're paying a fucking quarterback $50 million a year. Whatever. We're moving on from that one. But yeah, if it's a possibility, do it. Now, would you wait till he's just out there as a free agent? Or do you like go out and make a trade?
I would trade for him and then resign. I mean, I would do everything I can to get him on your team immediately. Immediately.
What does a package look like to get Quinn Williams? Trade
A first and a third, probably.
And are you willing to do that?
Yes. Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
All day. Especially at this point, too. Like, you built this team. I mean, they're favorited. Like, what, fourth favorites to come out of the NFC? Like, you've built this team to contention. You're that close to it. If it's a real option for the Detroit Lions, if Quinnen Williams is truly out there, I could see Brad making the move. He was a part of that situation back in L.A. If it's only a first and third, and I say only, and that sounds crazy to some people, but, like, the value that he has, I mean, that's one of the reasons I wanted Jalen Carter so bad. He's a proven commodity. For Jalen Carter, there were the questions of character. There weren't too many questions of his, like, on-field play. But there's none of that with Quinnen Williams.
And Steve Wild says, won't he demand, like, $23-30 million a year? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
and I'd pay it to him.
All due respect, again, to the Gobblers in the chat. When you're not paying Jared Goff 50, I could afford to pay him 20.
Top 3 at his position in the NFL? Yeah, I'm paying him that.
When your boy Jared Goff was in the Super Bowl, he was on his rookie deal, and they were paying fucking Dominican Sue, Robert Quinn, the Jalen Ramsey. The defense was stacked.
Would he be worth 4 years, $100 million, says Brandon Bowlesby?
Yes.
Yep. 1,000%.
Yeah, I'm all fucking day. Again, there's a difference when, like, if your team's built to contention right now. Fourth favorite to win the NFC, already went over that. Yeah, I'm going all in at that point, especially as an organization, the Detroit Lions. Yeah, I've won a playoff game in over
this
20,
is what's crazy.
almost 30 years.
This is what's crazy to me, bro.
What?
There are people in the chat who are fighting for Jared Goff to get paid, saying, like, $25 million for him would be too much.
But
he is a
proven commodity.
top 3 player at his position in the NFL. So, yes, I would pay him top money in the NFL at his position, which is still a discount compared. I mean, quarterback salaries are insane, but yeah, $25, $27 million a year, yes, I'd do that in a heartbeat. He is a freak. I'll pay for talent. I'll pay for a top player at their position.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Patrick, and I'm not attacking Patrick, but I'm just, like, more so, I guess, like, giving an answer to, like, his statement was that would piss off our veterans in the locker room. Maybe they wouldn't, because that's the thing. Like Spinney said, he's a top 3 talent in the league.
Yeah.
Like,
that would make everybody hype in the locker room.
Yeah,
you just got one of the best players in the NFL to come play for your team. Like,
yeah,
pretty sure they'd be happy.
And everyone outside of Ali McNeil is like a rotation piece of the defensive tackle position for the Detroit Lions. Like, I'd way rather pay him $25.
Patty Grimes, you don't want to pay the most important position. Not someone who's not a top 3. If Jared Goff was a top 3 quarterback in the NFL, yeah, I'd pay him.
Yes.
But he's not, so I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Quinnen Williams is a top 3 player at their position, so I will pay him.
That's exactly it. If they're top of the position, then it's worth the money. So if it's not, then no.
He's top 4, not top 3. No, he's top 3. He's arguably 2.
Chris Jones. Who else? Who are we missing? Oh, Aaron Donald.
Yeah. Aaron Donald, Quinnen Williams.
I'm down to have
Hargrave,
conversations.
are you going to put Hargrave over him?
Yeah.
Forrest Buckner?
Hey, we'll continue to talk about that more, but not before we tell you about Big Boy.
Big Boy, because Strawberry Fest is back at Big Boy. Strawberry Fest is here, so try the classic breakfast items like some strawberry hotcakes or mouth-watering red velvet waffle. If you're not feeling breakfast, try the strawberry bacon chicken wrap or cool off with their refreshing summer splash salad. And don't forget to grab dessert, including their berry delicious classic strawberry pie, deep-fried vanilla Oreos, or strawberry hot fudge cake, and more at Big Boy.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry, Jonathan Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Jonathan Puck. Saturdays, 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy. That's my guy, Spin Mo Rax. We're the Woodward Heavyweights. Hit a like button if you guys haven't already. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. If you guys got beef, just call in. I'm down to have conversations, but we need like facts. We can't just have hopefuls like, I think he'll take less money, like stuff like that. Like, I mean, I dismiss those type of arguments because those aren't like certain. When I give you numbers or facts are certain or history that's certain, those different. Mm-hmm. But anyway, that's just that particular player that I'm not gonna say. People get upset about it clearly. But I don't think Quinn Williams is going to come to Detroit Lions.
I don't think so. The Jets are going to get this deal done, man.
Yeah.
They have to.
It's the same thing I just said with the Lions. They're in contention.
Mm-hmm.
They're going all in at that point. To have made the trade for fucking Aaron Rodgers and not go all the way in is just crazy. I mean, you're top 10. Are they in your top 10? We did power rankings today. You ready to do your power rankings?
I did.
Who's give me your bottom 5.
My bottom 5? All right, give me a second. Let me pull it up.
Okay.
Because you didn't make the graphic because you're... No,
well, I mean, yeah. Say. All right, I'll start with mine.
All right, my bottom 5?
Yeah.
At number 10. Number 10 in my power rankings are the Detroit Lions.
Wow.
Yeah.
You disrespectful little shit.
I think they're ready to contend. I think they have a lot of different things they can do. They're definitely going to contend for the NFC, but the AFC has a lot of teams that are going to be over them in my mind. But the Lions, I got number 10. You could move them up. These bottom 3, I think you could switch around anywhere you want, really. It's your flavor for these bottom 3. I think they're all lumped into a very similar situation, but I wouldn't be mad of putting any of these teams over the other one. Number 9, I have the Baltimore Ravens. They got the deal done with Lamar. They got OBJ. They have an electric offense. Hopefully everyone stays healthy. The defense is obviously insane. They got playmakers on all 3 levels. John Harbaugh is one of the best coaches in the NFL. And I think they're ready to make a run. They made the playoffs last year with Tyler Huntley.
They're my number 10.
So you put them in. Yeah, I got them at 9. I'm not. And even this team at number 8, you could move these bottom 3 around, put them wherever you want, and I wouldn't be mad. Number 8, I have the Dallas Cowboys. On paper, they have a loaded roster, a loaded team. And I know it's the Cowboys, so they're probably going to choke. But on paper, which is what I'm doing the power rankings off of, how they look, what they have, they've got a lot going on. They have a lot of playmakers on both sides of the ball. They did lose Kellen Moore, but I think the offense will still be very good. That backfield is going to be nice. It's going to be nice next year, especially when Tony Pollard heals up.
My what you want Jay-Z and Kanye yet?
Okay, yeah.
So number 10, you had the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Which F you. Okay, that's fair. I guess to have Cowboys and
Ravens.
Maybe the Ravens, yeah. All right, number 10, I did have the Miami Dolphins. But then you said the Ravens. You did remind me that they have OBJ now, so they finally got a receiver, respectable receiver for Lamar to throw to. They grab any? What they grab in the draft, by the way? Jamie, can you pull up the Baltimore Ravens draft? I'm actually curious.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of any names off the top of my head.
Didn't they get one of the receivers in the draft?
I feel like they did.
One of the bigger name receivers.
I feel like they got one of the ones I like too.
Zay Flowers.
That's what it was. Yeah. I think he's a big.
And they got OBJ
guy.
and Nelson Aguilar.
Okay.
And Bateman from last year was good too.
Yep.
You left off at number 8. My number 8 might surprise you, and my number 8 could change too based on how the offseason goes. But I got the Chargers. I fucking hate Brandon Staley. I don't hate him, but I think he's a shit coach. I'm hearing from I was not always a Chargers fan, but I'm hearing from a Chargers fan base now that I'm more active on Twitter that their ownership is kind of like similar to what the Ford's ownership was. They'll just don't really give a fuck. They're kind of just there for the money.
Yeah.
Which feels that way when Brandon Staley keeps his job following the fucking playoff loss that they had. But you guys know by now I'm a big Justin Herbert believer.
Mm-hmm.
They also got them another weapon this year in Quentin Johnston. And then you have Keenan Allen they end up keeping and Mike Williams. if they figure out the situation with Austin Eckler, that's a very potent offense.
Yeah.
And their defense is pretty stacked too.
That's your number 8?
That's my number 8.
I don't hate it. Number 7, I got the LA Chargers. I think I agree with you. I'm a huge Justin Herbert guy. I think they can do a lot with that offense. I think he's going to have an MVP type season this year with what they got him, especially if they can keep Keenan Allen and, like you said, get something done with Austin Eckler. It's a lot of question marks, but they still got a fantastic team, and their defense is arguably even better if they can keep it healthy. So I got Chargers at 7.
Okay, I like it. I feel a little bit more validated.
Yeah.
My number 7, the New York Jets. I think you saw them get carried by the defense last year, and they were in the playoff race up until probably like maybe a little bit past the midway point. You add Aaron Rodgers to that. You have Garrett Wilson. You have who's it? Breece Hall before he got hurt. He looked really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Jets look pretty. I don't understand why they. Well, I actually know why they fired their offensive coordinator so they could help, of course, Aaron Rodgers to come here. But you add Aaron Rodgers to that mix. I mean, it's got to be a bit of an upgrade. I think that division's kind of weak outside of Miami Dolphins. Give me Jets number 7.
You got the Jets at 7.
Quinn Williams already. Yeah. Already. Come on.
Yes.
Look what they did with Zach Wilson.
All right. I mean, I can't. At number 6, I got the New York Jets. I think, like you said, man, they're loaded. They're bringing in A-Rod to a team that hopefully their offensive line settles down, but they have weapons, man. They have weapons on that team. They signed Allen Lazard, who I like a lot. They got Garrett Wilson, who was the offensive rookie of the year. Breece Hall coming back. You put Aaron Rodgers back there, give him those weapons, and we already know they have one of the best defenses in the league. So at number 7, I got the New York Jets. Or at number 6, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, why you doing me like that?
I was just trying to get a reaction, but you stopped listening. So.
I'm sorry. I was arguing with the chat.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. My number 6, the Detroit Lions.
Woo.
Let's go, baby.
All right.
Big fandom swing there.
Yeah, I can tell.
You guys know how I feel about number 16. You know, people get mad. We talk about Detroit Lions and Detroit Sports Network. It is what it is. But I think, again, they're in contention. They've built this defense to be that. I know we argue about the pressure on Jack Campbell, but at the end of the day, I think he's an upgrade over Alex Anzalone.
Mm-hmm.
I think the secondary is phenomenal. It's fucking stacked.
I think they got a top 5 secondary in the league.
For sure, got a top 5 secondary in the league. That's up to them to execute to that point. You saw that defensive line wake up. A lot of people talking about the run defense. Well, you look at the numbers. By the numbers, the run defense picked up huge at the second half of the season. It's just the quarterbacks that were gashing them. They also picked up Broderick Martin, which I have question marks about him, but he's supposed to help that run defense a big way. But I'm kind of with you. The more I'm thinking about it, and
number 6 is wild.
Yeah, and I think Peter King had the Lions number 5 or number 6, something like that, from something I read earlier. But I just believe this team. I believe in the coaching staff. But you're right. At the end of the day, maybe it's a little bit PTSD in me. I just can't really see them in a Super Bowl or NFC Championship. I love to.
That's fair. I mean, I like the confidence, but
you're probably right.
6 is wild. I have it. You're
probably right.
So is that much worse? At number 5, I got the Buffalo Bills. I mean, I still think Josh Allen is still a top 3 quarterback in the NFL. The guy is a monster. He's obviously still got his weapons. They made some changes with the running backs. I think it's going to be better. Hopefully the secondary can stay healthy this year, because that was a big reason why they didn't do as much as they should have last year, was the injuries of their secondary. I like Sean McDermott. I think he's a good coach. And, yeah, I mean, the Bills, man, they got to get there eventually. They can't just keep being busters. So I got the Bills at number 5.
Yep, number 5 for me, Buffalo Bills. I think their window's closed. I didn't like the draft pick of Dalton Kincaid. You already had a Dalton on your team that was performing pretty well. I don't know why the fuck they've yet to prove to run the football without Josh Allen. Josh Allen's their rushing attack, so I don't know why they continue to ignore that. Smarter football minds than me, but Dalton Kincaid in the first round, fucking wild to me. I thought that was silly. I don't think they won the Super Bowl, but number 5 is a football team. We saw him come here in Detroit and beat us out. I had to give Josh Allen the nod. By the way, too, I think that elbow injury affected him last year, too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I think there's a lot of disrespect on his name for the turnover, stuff like that, but you kind of forget what he played through in the middle of that season. Number
4, I got another top 3 quarterback in the league, probably number 2 quarterback in the league, Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. I just think that this is the year they're going to have to do it. This is the year they're going to have to take a step, because they're going to have to pay Joe Burrow $60 million here coming up pretty soon. So
yeah.
I think, with that wide receiver trio, what they're doing there, their defense improved over the offseason. Their offensive line was better last year. It still wasn't great, but it was better than it has been. and I think they're going to make a push. So my number 4 team is the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, this is the year. Like you're talking about somebody making a move, obviously with the Detroit Lions too. Another team that's talking about shaky ownership. You got to go all in before you cash. You pay that man
for sure.
Joe Burrow. He's worth big bucks.
Yeah,
but you got to go now. Number 3, who you got?
You see, number 4 is the Bengals as well.
Yeah.
Okay, number 4, I got the Eagles. I think they got a little worse than they were last year, which isn't saying much because they're still a great team littered with all pros last year. But still, you're missing. You lost Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, you lost Hargrave, you lost a couple guys, you lost Miles Sanders, who's a big factor on that team. And yeah, you bring in DeAndre Swift, but we'll see how long he can stay healthy. You bring in more rookies from Georgia. I don't think, as much as I like Jalen Carter, I don't think he's going to be Hargrave right off the first year, right off rip. So I think that is a drop off of talent there, and but I still think they're a great team, very formidable. So number 3, I got the Philadelphia Eagles.
Doughboy Steve with a spicy take in the Worst Sports Chat that I don't hate. I mean, obviously, I don't hate. We were talking about when we get back, so we got to go to break, and we'll finish off the rest of this top 10. And hard for Bedard. Tonight, the Detroit Red Wings will collect the number 1 overall pick in the 2023 NHL Draft. And with that pick, you guys already know they're going to take Connor Bedard. I can't wait for it. You see I'm rocking a chain.
And when the Red Wings actually end up at number 8,
what are you doing?
Need somebody to talk
what are you
to,
doing?
And we got the place
I
for
hate
him.
you.
That is SMA, or the Sports Marketing Agency. The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. So if you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com and get the help you deserve.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodsportsCom. Like button, 5-star review.
What the fuck was that?
What?
Wait, you said that so fast.
We got limited time here. I want you one more look into the camera with some passion and speak into the universe. Connor Bedard to the Detroit Red Wings.
We gotta finish our power rankings.
Yeah, but you just come on, you just jinxed them. All right, power rankings. You're disrespectful for the Eagles at 3, 49ers at 3.
Okay.
All right.
Disrespectful.
The 49ers at 3 because even if they don't become number 1, they'll always be number 3, number 4, number 5. It's every single year they are.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Shanahan is him. Paxton Lynch. Jesus, John Lynch in the front office. I think you got the defensive mind there where you just keep getting you top tier pieces on the defensive side of the ball, and then you have Kyle Shanahan with the perfect offensive mind. It's the perfect pairing. You got one great defense, one great offense, and they keep restacking these defensive coordinators. Again, it's a talented roster though too.
Yeah.
You think defense take a step back actually this year?
No.
No. Yeah, I'm with you.
No. I have the 49ers at number 2.
Number 2.
I think they have the best play caller in the NFL in Kyle Shanahan. They have the best running back in the NFL in Christian McCaffrey. They have the best left tackle in the NFL. They have the best pass rusher in the NFL. And they have the best linebacker in the NFL. All on the same team. So if they get their quarterback situation figured out and people stay healthy, they're going to be the best team in the NFC next year. And it's not going to be close. Well, it'll be close because the Eagles are still good. But
yeah,
I just think the 49ers are loaded, man.
Yeah, I can't get too choppy when it comes to these top 3 teams.
Mm-hmm.
You really shuffle them and everybody has a point. But 49ers are number 3. For my number 2, I have the defending champions, the Kansas City Chiefs.
What?
Yeah, I think you let go of Frank Clark. He's your postseason, the postseason leading sack leader.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a big piece to have dropped off there. Juju's gone. What are they? Did they end up grabbing a wide receiver? Yeah, they actually did. Rashee Rice. I actually like that a lot. Listen, again, you can shuffle these top 3. Everybody has a point, but I think that leaves my number one is the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's crazy.
I think they get back there. They have all the same pieces. Yeah, they lost Hargrove. He's put in fucking
and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
And Carter, yeah, that's a great point too. They didn't readjust the safety
Sanders.
position. Come on.
Go check Miles Sanders' stats from last year.
Come on. Miles Sanders ain't jack. DeAndre Swift way outperforming Miles Sanders did in the offense if he stays healthy.
If he stays healthy.
Oh yeah, it's not even a question. But I think they're all in again this year. I think they're one of the pieces. Be looking for some veteran pieces to grab off of, like veteran cuts and stuff like that. And I think that defensive line almost upgraded between Carter and Jordan Davis. Both
over Hargrave.
Yes.
You think Jalen Carter, bless you, is going to come in the league and immediately better than what Hargrave was last year?
I think what he's going to offer to the edges, not necessarily like individual performance, but again,
what he's going to offer to the edges. Did you see Hargrave's sack numbers last year?
Listen, what he's going to offer to the edges. I'm not talking again. I just told you, not the individual performance. What he's going to offer to the edges in terms of like double teams. What people need to fucking address.
Yeah, that's what Hargrave did. They had to double team. Like what?
No, Hargrave fucking going all in. That's why he got all those damn sacks. You still got Hassan Reddick. And you got Nolan Smith to fill in that void too. They're kind of like actually similar as players too. Nolan Smith and Hassan Reddick. Yeah, they're like that weird linebacker, edge rusher, like hybrid situation. No, I think the Eagles will be right back in it. The safety thing, that's probably one to be addressed, but the offense still elite. Still got a great offensive line. You couldn't stop that little fucking 1 yard scampers and they need to get when they get them. I think the Eagles will be right back. Although they did lose both coordinators.
Yes.
So there's something to be said for that.
And their best secondary player.
CJ.
Yeah.
Bring back
and
Slay,
their best defensive tackle.
Bradbury. Shit, they might make another trade and grab another safety. Tyron, I think Tyron's still out there. Shoot, we might have an extra safety.
I got Chiefs at number one. They're the champs. They're going to be number one. They got Patrick Mahomes. He's the best player in the NFL. They got Andy Reid. He's arguably the best play caller in the NFL. And they got Travis Kelce. He's the best tight end ever. The best tight end ever.
Yeah.
So, give me the Chiefs at number one.
That's fair. Again, top three, man. You can shuffle either of them, but top three of Detroit Red Wings land tonight in the NHL lottery. I need you to look at that camera. You know, this is the show where we speak things into existence, Spencer Register. Come on, what are you doing? Stop. Why are you like this? Speak it into the universe. What are you doing?
You're being a real Chris right now.
You're being a real Chris right now.
I am being a little bit Chris.
Stoke not scared. Stoke not scared.
At 8 o'clock tonight.
Well, come on with some conviction.
On ESPN, the Detroit Red Wings will land the number one pick in the NHL draft. And they will be gifted Connor Bedard, who is the best NHL prospect since Wayne Gretzky. Give me the number one pick. Give me Connor Bedard to cement the Detroit Red Wings as a Stanley Cup contender for the next 10 years.
Hands down. How big of a jump do the Red Wings make next year with when Bedard's on this team?
Huge.
When he's on this team.
Huge.
Not if. When he's on this team.
Yes.
What seed?
4.
That's asking too much.
4.
Connor Bedard.
They'll be the 4th seed if they get
Detroit Red Wings. It's happening tonight. The draft's not tonight. It's just a lottery.
Lottery's tonight.
8 o'clock.
Hard for Bedard.
Pray to who you got to pray to. You know, cut off whoever's head.
I prayed to the drowned god all weekend.
To what?
The drowned god.
The drowned god?
Yeah.
What's that? Who's that?
Huh?
Who's the drowned god?
He's the one the Greyjoys worship.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Is that? Oh, yeah, 'cause you got the tattoo.
What does dead men never die?
What does dead men never die?
Yeah. That's why they drowned them all. That's their baptism. Is that you get drowned.
And then come back to life?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
The damp hair, he was drowned 7 times.
That's sick. I forgot to give Noah a clip today.
I told him
to do nothing whack.
Campbell and Gibbs stuff.
Campbell what?
Campbell and Gibbs. I thought that was good. We both had different opinions. Went out a little bit.
Hendon Hooker hot in SEO right now.
Yeah.
Campbell talking about it. Hey, don't talk about the head coach. Talking about the quarterback position. That's bad journalism. Or
we're hard for Bedard. I'm excited for
Bedard.
it. But that'll do it for us today. We appreciate you all tapping in
2 minutes
on
early.
woodwardsports.com. Making sure you like the stream, share the stream, leave us a 5-star review on any audio platform. For the man to my left, the one and only Speak Easy. I burped when I was saying that. Chris Platty in the TD booth. JB Smooth on the 1s and 2s. I am Spencer Exter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace. Hard for Bedard.